It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Daddy's home, boys. I will serve no fries before their time. We are Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice to my right, TLC behind the glass. So good to see my crew again. Felt like a month. It was a week. We'll see if we can get through today. We got a nice show for you today. Spencer Holbrook. We'll talk Buckeyes, Big Ten with Howard Griffith. Mike Petraglia. Trags will jump on from the Queen City. We'll get some Bengal talk in today. Good to see you, my man.
Yeah,
Both
man.
you guys.
It's good to see you again. How have you been? It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since you've been back here on the airways. I know we missed you. Our listeners missed you. Everything been good with you?
I get crazy about the whole thing. I missed you on the back end of last week, and then I was out. So we've done this in the summertime before.
Yeah.
Because we don't like to take the same day off, and so we don't. And so we haven't seen each other in a while. So everything's good. Did kind of a half and half. Warm Glow shuffle to Chi-Town. You would have hated it. Longest drive in the history of drives there. You had storms. You had construction. You had
Smoothie King stops. All of it. Yeah.
Did I do you know what? This is weird. Did I do a Smoothie King? I don't remember. I didn't do it on the way there. You know I haven't plotted out. I know exactly where they are.
This would be an upset if you didn't grab one on the down or the
Went
back.
on a Thursday. And I wanted to get to Chicago before rush hour. Good luck, because rush hour is 24 hours a day. There's no good time to get there.
You know what? I'm so glad you brought that up, because I remember when my friends and we went years ago to Chicago, and we got there about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I remember us trying to find parking, anything, maneuver around downtown at that time of day was so eye-opening. I'm like, this is big city stuff right here, to where they literally have rush hour going on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I did that.
Yeah.
Got in some golf outside the rain. Everything was great. So refreshed, ready to go. We got Hall of Fame game coming up on Thursday in Canton.
Wow.
So your season is here. Summer is over. Football is upon us.
Yes,
and we'll
it
get to that.
Speaking of football being upon us, our Ohio State football camp is rocking and rolling this week. And this Thursday through Saturday, the Fan is live from Buckeye Fall Camp. We're hitting the practice fields for exclusive wall-to-wall coverages as the Buckeyes kick off the season. Catch Morning Juice, T-Bone, and Tyvis, and Bishop and Friends, all live from 6 a.m. to noon on Thursday and Friday. Listen to the Fan and watch the show streaming on the Fan's YouTube and 10 TV Plus. It's Fall Camp, it's Ohio State football, and it's only on the Fan.
All right, we got a lot to do today. I did find a box of Cracklin' Oat Bran in Chicago.
How'd that go?
It lives right up to its name.
Smashed it?
No, you know how much it was? You can't. If you go on the dark web, you may be able to find some Cracklin' Oat Bran.
For a box of Cracklin' Oat Bran, I'm going to say that's costing you at least about $7.
Yeah. It was on sale. It was $8.99 on sale for $8.49. Wow. I'm telling you, trust me. I know it sounds old man cereal, but that I want to make a pie with the crust of Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Okay.
Anyway, you can't find it. It lives up to its name. Crack is in the name. For $9. So you have to decide whether you want to drive, 60, 70 miles or buy a box of cereal. That's really what it comes down to. The other thing that happened this week, and I'm sorry to report to people this is just my opinion, the hype that Happy Gilmore 2 had.
It was a mess.
Okay, so here's how I'll put it.
It was a mess.
And I'll tweet this out. People can respond to that. It's like Caddyshack, Zoolander, and Dodgeball had a very ugly baby.
Yeah.
And its name is Happy Gilmore 2. I got pieces of all that. Mm-hmm. And the great irony, I guess, is that you think I would love it based on golf and them making fun of Liv, but they used Liv golfers who are on the wrong team in the movie. They're not the enemy. They're for us.
Yeah.
And then you add the whole Zoolander feel to the villain in the live part of it, and then you add the craziness of like dodgeball, like that's honestly, when I watched it, Caddyshack, Zoolander, and dodgeball had an ugly baby.
I'll tell you what.
I fell asleep in the first 90 minutes or hour.
Yeah.
I started it late on Friday when it dropped, and I started it late, and I fell asleep. And I woke up the next day on Saturday and said, all right, let's finish it. And rarely do you want to do that, like ever take a break during a movie like that. And I did. And while it picks up because you're getting to more of the golf stuff, I cannot believe and maybe it's because the hype was so massive and the cameos were so plentiful like that. And I mean, Nicholas is in it. Like all the legends are in it.
John Daly's kicking
Daly's
it.
And I don't want to tell you that there weren't some fun parts, but when you over cameo a movie, that tells me that maybe it just can't live on its own enough, and it just got overdone. This wasn't like back in the 90s where you're sprinkling in Bob Barker and it's great. It just had...
It was fine.
It tried, Maddie.
It did. It had a little bit of the Coming to America 2 feel for me.
Which I haven't seen.
Which was just okay. You're not missing much, but the cameos were the highlight for me as far as the advertisement went for Happy Gilmore 2. So for me as a wrestling fan, like to see one of his sons be MJF is cool. Bad Bunny pops up. That's cool for me.
He was pretty good, right? Yeah, he was good.
So I didn't go into this thing with crazy expectations. The bar was relatively low for me. I did, like you, fall asleep the first time I tried to watch it.
You're
in
a coma the first 45 minutes.
And so I woke up on Saturday and I'm like, okay, like, do I want to go back and watch it?
That's amazing. You did the same.
It was kind of like,
that's unbelievable.
I feel like I just need to run through the tape, run through the finish line of the movie. So I did that. And so it's not one of those things where I think I would tell somebody, you got to go home tonight and sit down and watch Happy Gilmore 2. But if you enjoyed the first one, go ahead and watch it, throw it on as maybe some background noise, and you'll get through it. Other than that, though, I did start, and I know you've been wanting me to watch this for, I think, a couple months now, Celtic City on HBO.
It's great.
Produced by Bill Simmons. So I'm through, like, the first 2.5 episodes where they're really going down the history of Red Auerbach and just how dominant they were and getting Bill Russell and just then we're going to the
very early
Havlicek era with him coming in and all that.
It's
so that's where I'm at.
It's the 80s. It's the Jordan. It's that's what you want to get to.
I'm going to get to that, but now I'm in the kind of Wilt versus Bill Russell back and forth and that domination from the Boston side of things. So I started that and then I'm all in on Love Island now. Which is just absolutely...
Which I've heard...
Craziness. And I'm through the first 7 episodes.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Not only that...
I love it.
They make a mention of Love Island in Happy Gilmore 2. Isn't John Daly watching it in Happy Gilmore 2?
Love Island is off the chain, AR.
Yeah, and this... It felt very self-serving, the Happy Gilmore 2, and I love Sandler. It felt... You know, he has his real-life daughters in it. Yep. He has his real-life wife in it. The premise is... really kind of off and morbid. Like the whole premise of it is weird. And then it becomes so computer generated. Not that it wouldn't be because no one can hit a golf ball like that anyway. Like, and then the live versus the real guys was very Zoolander to me. Had the very villain and what they're doing and all that. And so, yeah, I watched it. It was fine. I would say this. I felt similarly the first time I ever saw Anchorman. I thought, okay, not as good as they said. And then the more I've watched Anchorman, I think it's legendary. So I've had this before. I just don't think this one's going to come around for me.
I won't go back and watch it.
I don't think I think it's unnecessary at this point. Yeah. I agree with you. I was in I stopped in Chicago. I went to the PGA Tour Superstore to screw around and
made it rain in there, didn't you?
Just pick up another
few polos,
used putter.
There we go.
I listen, you know me. Putters are like field goal kickers. When they don't work, you get a new one. And so I'm there, and it's Saturday morning, and the store, I think, opened at 10. And I hear over the PA, hey, we're if you don't have a raffle ticket for the Odyssey Happy Gilmore 2 putter, come get one. So Odyssey made a hockey stick. It's incredible.
Yeah.
$500 situation. And they were supposedly limited. I mean, they can always make more, right? And so I'm like, there's like 8 people in this store. They've got 2 of them. I'm going to get a raffle ticket. And so I walk up. They go, come to the green. If you don't have a raffle ticket for the Happy Gilmore 2 Odyssey hockey stick putter, come to the putting green. All right.
Here I come.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I walk up and I go, how much is the raffle ticket? I pull out my wallet. How much is the raffle ticket? It's free. Raffle's free. It's free. All right. Give me one.
You know the rule. If it's free, it's me, baby.
And then he says, okay, but if we draw your name, then you have to buy it. I said, what?
Huh?
He said, you're winning the raffle for the right to buy it.
Come on.
What
are we doing?
Because he said they're not making any more. We're lucky we got 2 of them. And there are like 6 people that are on this green ready to hopefully win the raffle to spend the $500 to have it. And so I said, I'll sit this one out. And so I waited. They called the winner, and this guy got it. And he was so happy he got it. Went right up to register, $500, swiped the card. Here we go. I got my Happy Gilmore 2 Odyssey putter. And then there were 2, like I would say, college girls with their family, and they were there for it. They all had a ticket.
Yeah.
And they pulled the next one 5 minutes later, and they didn't win. And another guy won it. And he was kind of wandering around for like 30 seconds, and then he went over to one of the girls and said, here, you buy it. And they were so, I've never seen somebody so happy to say, oh, I get to buy this for $500. And then they were so happy with him, like, oh, that was a really nice thing. Hang on a minute. I thought maybe they were going to go in the back and produce another one. I don't think they did, but maybe they gave him some gift card or something. And so I asked the girl, I said, all right, I got to ask, are you using it, or is this a total collector's item?
What'd she say?
And she said, you know what, I'll probably take a few putts with it, but mostly it's a collector's item. Yeah. So there's your happy.
Glad you had a nice week and did some cool things up there in Chi-Town as always.
Yeah, saw some fam, dodged the storms and all that good stuff.
Man, it was crazy down here this weekend. The pop-up storms were pretty strong here in Columbus.
Strong.
Woke me up out of my nap. I got to get those weekend naps in, AR.
Well, it's perfect for you then.
Oh, my goodness.
Unless your house starts to float, or your apartment just to float away. But, yeah, it was cold, wet, and hot. Yeah. Here we are, the 3 seasons in Ohio. We'll get after a little college football. You know, someone tweeted, a college football analyst had tweeted something over the weekend or last couple of days that I think I'd like to visit. And I'll tease it this way. College football has always been in the, quote, all sports is in the prediction business. And this guy thinks that maybe they should stop doing that. I don't think we're at a critical stage, but I'll read it to you next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the 2 of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Colin, Man, and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Timmy?
Yeah, we got a lot of fun things going on this month, like karaoke.
And crab legs.
No, not yet. Live bands. We've got food trucks in the outdoor valet area.
Crab legs.
Oh, not yet. On select weekend days throughout the summer. Okay, now crab legs.
And all-you-can-eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Oh, yeah, we love crab legs.
Time for crab legs?
Okay, crab legs.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Baths R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
It's the summer event at Germain Honda of Dublin, and Rich has deals that are red hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for only $339 a month, or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or you can take on any road in the all-new 25 Honda Passport RTL. Lease it now for $449 a month or 3.99% APR. Summer's here. Dive into the savings at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for details.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Is your money just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money's always doing something. Like auto saving for special events, tracking your teen spending, and helping protect your parents from fraud. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Breaking news. This is a promo for an actual football game. It's time for the Hall of Fame game.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Catch the Lions and Chargers live from Canton Thursday at 8 on your home of the NFL, The Fan.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself, or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Hey, Ohio! Don't wait! The Ohio State Fair is here now through Sunday, August 3rd. Experience fair favorites like the butter cow, livestock animals, shopping, delicious food, exciting entertainment, thrilling rides, competitions, and so much more. Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair through August 3rd. Get your tickets at ohiostatefair.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We got some sunshine out there, partly cloudy sky here for today, but scattered showers and storms are in the forecast here for this afternoon. Otherwise, it will be hot with a high around 90, feeling like it's in the mid-90s here for the afternoon. More heat and humidity here Tuesday and Wednesday with highs in the 90s, but it will feel like it's in the upper 90s to around 100 here for both. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious? No, he's not from New Jersey. Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, so in roughly 40 minutes, Deion Sanders is expected to make a fairly big health reveal. He's going to hold a presser. And he's been, rightfully so, very private about his, how should I say this? I don't know, is it a mystery illness throughout this summer? He reportedly spent several days at his ranch in Texas. And yesterday, his reps revealed and his medical team that he and his medical team are going to hold a press conference. It's going to be all over the place, I imagine, although I don't see any of the major networks promoting that they're going to carry it right now. But he's expected to reveal. He's had past issues with some very scary things. Blood clots. He's had a few toes amputated as a result of that. Now, Monday's presser could be good news. Maybe he's updating that things are looking better. Everything I've read, which is all I can tell you, is that I've seen mixed reports.
So at Big 12 Media Days, I don't know if that was last week or the week before, he did drop this quote saying, "I'm doing wonderful. Don't I look good? I'm not here to talk about my health. I'm here to talk about my team." That was at Big 12 Media Days. However, back in May, when he joined Asante Samuel, former NFL cornerback, on his podcast, he said, quote, "What I'm dealing with right now is at a whole nother level." So you go back in time a little bit more. At the time in May, he sounded like it was something serious going on with his health. People have noticed over the last few months he's lost a bunch of weight. That could be health-related. That could be whatever, right? It could just be his choice to drop weight. We don't know, and that's why this press conference is going to be so interesting to hear what he has to say about his future, but more importantly, his health. So something to monitor, no doubt, and we will keep you guys up to date when Prime takes the podium to reveal whatever he's going to reveal.
Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy to think that either he's going to update it as this is what I've been dealing with and I'm going to manage it, or that he's going to have to step away. So we'll wait and see.
Just got a contract extension this offseason, I believe, too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently the school felt confident that he was physically capable of doing the job, and he's not discussed any of the health issues from the spring in depth, like you said, at Big 12, so we'll wait and see. About 40 minutes. Adam Rittenberg, senior writer for college football at ESPN, tweeted out this weekend that it wasn't among the talking points for Big Ten coaches and officials in Vegas, but that he brought it up to several and they agreed that the preseason polls should be obliterated, that they carry too much meaning and shape debate, and they overvalue or undervalue teams before we know anything. Now, I'll tell you this, on the surface, most of you listening would probably agree that they are fairly useless because the committee isn't supposed to use them. They're supposed to start on their own way later in the year. This is the AP and the coaches poll. I feel like this is kind of not a critical issue. Like, can I agree with him on the surface that, yes, handing teams a certain ranking before the season may either overhype them or underhype them, but they're not supposed to really mean anything. And I'll tell you why I would not want to obliterate them. Because of what you and I do.
Yeah.
The hype of the preseason rankings. I went back and looked at the preseason rankings from last year. I also like to go back and look where they were ranked before the season. I also like to see about the motivation and the talking points and the who's got to live up to that. Imagine if Penn State's going to be nailed preseason number 1 by the coaches in the AP. Just think about that.
Which is definitely in play.
Think about the pressure that James Franklin has had to live up to, and now will again. Yeah. I actually like this. So I look back. Ohio State was 2. Notre Dame was 7. They played for the national title.
Mm-hmm. Georgia was in the playoff with a backup quarterback. Weren't they number 1?
They were number 1.
Going into the season?
Bama didn't make it at 5. Texas was 4.
Where was Oregon, AR?
Oregon was 3.
Yeah.
And they obviously lived up to it. They went undefeated until Ohio State got them. Michigan was 9 preseason.
That was a big miss. That's a huge miss.
It is, except
they were coming off winning it all.
Yeah, except they beat Ohio State.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But just like going into the season, right? They didn't live up to being 9th overall. But to your
probably
point,
not. But
they grabbed a huge data point at the end of the year. But the journey to get to that point to the game was very rough for them.
Ohio State's first opponent in the playoff, Tennessee. You know what they were ranked?
Have to guess they were somewhere in the top 15.
They were 15.
Okay, there you go.
And so I actually like this, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think they should be obliterated. I think the narrative and the talking points of college football, this has been this way forever. I can totally agree with him that I would have no clue that if, let's say there were no rankings. Mm-hmm. Let's say they got this through. No one's going to rank anything unless you want to do it online on your own, but there'll be no AP poll and no coaches poll. Those are what he's talking about. And Ohio State loses to Texas. Then what? Who cares? I agree with him that no one should care about where teams are ranked until the committee comes out.
My question
and maybe would be the mystery of it if you didn't have any rankings, and then all of a sudden the committee's revealing. Because I think this is where he's right. when the committee reveals eventually, when is that? November, whenever that is, or late October, I don't even know, that you could say that, well, they're cheating. They're probably using the framework of the AP and the coaches.
They shouldn't be. That would be a big miss on the committee's part to be looking back at a poll that drops in.
You wouldn't think.
Early August, mid-August, whatever that's going to be, to help them out when you have so much data to look at, both analytically and just X and O stuff in the film room. I'm in favor of preseason polls. It doesn't have to be the end-all, be-all. You go back to last year, they were pretty spot on with where the season was going ahead. It's a fair question. I don't know. If you're not going to start the polls, when do you start it? Because for on Ohio State's side of things, when you look at their schedule after the Texas game, what are you really going to learn about Ohio State that you didn't know when they're probably over those next 2 to 3 weeks going to roll and get to those things cleanly against the opponents that they're playing? So I do think that when you look at the preseason AP poll, there are certain things that you could look at to give you an idea of where that team and where these teams could be headed. Returning talent, right, that we've seen on the field. What have they done in the portal that can help them out right now? And also the recruiting that they've stacked up over the last couple of years. And so that's why I think that we're okay to have preseason polls. To me, it's not the end-all, be-all, nor should it be that, because we've seen year in and year out that things are going to change. You're going to have surprises and teams come out of nowhere. They're going to find themselves fairly highly ranked in these polls as well. And so, yeah, I'm good with where we are going into the season with both the coaches and the AP poll. I don't think that needs to change.
You have NIL, you have the transfer portal. It's very hard to dissect and really examine any preseason. That's why it's called preseason. No one really cares about it other than us and the people that want to hype, and maybe the schools that, hey, they think we're a top 10 team. Let's go live up to it. Or they don't think we are, and we think we are. So let's go prove them wrong. This shouldn't matter for the playoff selection. I think the reason that he said this, because, and this would be my follow-up to Adam, is maybe he does think they matter to the committee. Maybe that's why he doesn't want them, is because he feels like that there's too much built-in hype, like he said, overvaluing or undervaluing, and teams don't deserve it yet, either way.
But if you and I are in that committee room, AR, and we're figuring out the first round of the rankings for the CFP, I don't think you and I would say, wait a minute, let's pull up the AP poll from late August to figure out where we should go with this thing. It's about what have you done for yourselves lately as a program. I'm not going back to the AP framing of this thing.
But
me personally, I wouldn't do that.
I agree. We wouldn't do that. But I have a funny feeling that he's leaning the right direction, that the committee, they have to look at it. They may not say it in the room, but they're bringing it to their.
We're doing it all wrong. We're doing it all wrong.
Well, of course, because they're supposed to be the ones who determine the rankings to decide the playoff, and that they shouldn't have any influence at all.
No, not
from
at all.
AP, from people that cover the sport or coaches.
Yeah, I'll tell you who else wants the preseason rankings: ESPN, Fox, ABC, and CBS. Those networks to sell. Hey, it's this program versus this program, and it's number 2 versus number 3 going to the game. Texas, Ohio State, to a certain degree, sells itself. But some of these other games, if you're a TV network, you want to be able to pitch that we have a top 5 matchup on our network this Saturday, whether it's real or not, as far as the rankings go and where that team will end up at the end of the year. If I'm running a TV network, that's what I want.
Listen, it's very rare also that even 3 weeks or 4 weeks would give us enough. Some of these teams play the blockbuster like Ohio State and Texas will play.
Yeah.
And the winner of that will certainly hold on to it, will vault immediately to number 1, if they're not already. Like, I don't.
Who's
maybe
Penn State get week 1?
Oh, they're not. They're Nevada. I don't know. They don't play Oregon till a month in.
That will be interesting, to see who the AP does tab as the best team going in the country this year.
And it won't. And it'll be whoever wins the LSU. Clemson game and the Ohio State-Texas game are going to be 1 and 2.
Penn State leads into Oregon with Nevada, FIU, and Villanova.
Right. So even if you waited 3 weeks, you wouldn't have any information on Penn State. So, like I said in the very beginning, while I see this on the surface that it makes sense, we don't really need it. It shouldn't matter. These teams are new. Yes, they have guys coming back, so we can rank them based on their personnel, but a lot of it's going to be biased to the brand and who they have coming back, which is how you're going to rank them. And then the committee has nothing to do with the AP and coaches, so why obliterate them? I would say to Adam, like, okay, I get it on the surface, but
it's not hurting anything.
Are we at a critical stage? If we have preseason polls, it's going to upset the order for the committee. The committee doesn't do this till way into the season anyway. Right. I'd rather him say, you know what? I don't think the committee watches these games like the writers and the coaches do. I think they cheat. They use the polls as a cheat sheet, and they shouldn't do it. And that's why we shouldn't have polls. That actually would mean more. Yep. Spencer Holbrook in 2 minutes. We'll ask him where he thinks the Buckeyes will be and a lot more. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony finally hit a hole-in-one.
It's in the hole.
So now what? Just bask in the glory?
And that's how she wrote.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it. Camp will unveil. It's all happening. Ohio State coverage from Letterman Row, one of the best. My man Spencer Holbrook here on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Spence, how you been, bud?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, guys.
Biggest takeaway from Vegas in the Big Ten football media days. What was it for you?
It's kind of interesting because it was the first thing Ryan Day said on the first stage that he went on when he said that the Texas game was then at the time 39 days away. And he said, we're not the defending champions. We're not defending anything. They can't take the trophy away from us, so we're going to go attack this year. I love that. I kind of latched onto it for the whole week. I still am thinking about it. There's not too often where teams want to talk about repeat, but the way that Ohio State is setting the tone for this specific repeat attempt has me very intrigued by the intensity level that camp is going to bring this Thursday, starting this Thursday and into the next month. I'm just so fascinated by that tone-setting comment made by Ryan Day, and I think that that's going to, resonate in the locker room and then go through up until the Texas game.
Listen, what he pulled off, what that special team did last year, I think for a lot of people after Michigan was nothing short of miraculous. And once that fuse was lit, they were as I said it on the show to Maddie. I said, you rarely in sports will ever get a team that talented and that doubted at one time. And that was the cool part for them, and they made it work. Let me ask you this. In all the days he was out in Vegas and all the scrums and all the one-on-ones, did you witness or anybody ask about Michigan? Because I know it's weird coming off a national title, and it feels like they were the last team standing. That's all that mattered. But what came out about the rival, if anything?
Again, just a comment that I thought Ryan Day handled perfectly. He was asked by a national media reporter. I won't name names, of course. But he was just asked straight up, kind of butting into between questions, just said, hey, Ryan, how do you beat Michigan? And that was it. And Ryan turned to him and immediately said, you score more points than them. And then he pivoted over and answered a question from a local beat reporter from the Ohio State beat and just kind of glossed over it like nothing happened. And for all the times that Ryan Day has answered that question with a little bit of posturing, a little bit of rambling, for all the times he's answered it with, well, we've got to do this better, we've got to do this better, and for all the times that he said, that you've got to do three things, beat the team up north, win the Big Ten, win the national championship, this time I think just felt a little different. He understands the chord that he has to strike now, as loses to 4 straight, and obviously the last one being the most embarrassing. I just think that he's handling everything a little differently now. He's walking with a little bit of his chest puffed out. He knows that that's the one hurdle he's got to get over. But, that national championship ring, I think, has changed a lot in him and put some belief into him even more than he already had because he's a pretty self-confident guy. And I just love the way that he handled that because there's nothing else to say. You have to win that game. He knows that. And so there's no other way to answer it other than, like that one Baylor player in the NCAA tournament a few years ago that said, how does Yale out rebound Baylor? And he said, well, they went up and got more rebounds than we did. And, I think that's the same thing with Ryan Day right now. They've scored more points than we have the last 4 years. We've got to score more points than them this time.
Spencer, I saw a picture floating around on social media over the last couple of days of James Peoples, and the dude looked like he was built by like Brock Lesnar. Like he just looked like he has been in the lab all season, just putting in a whole bunch of work. They seem very excited about James Peoples and what he could provide in that running back room. When you look at where he is in his career and the opportunity that's ahead of him going into 2025, what are your thoughts on James Peoples?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a part of a 1-2 punch. And, I don't know if there will be a set, clear leader in that running back room as far as carries are concerned. And I think that's probably a good thing. Last year, I don't think you could say that there was a clear leader in the running back room between Trey and Quinshon. This year, I think it could be the same, and it may be a little lighter just because Trey and Quinshon were both insanely good players who were second-round picks. So I think between C.J. Donaldson and James Peoples, the expectation should be, push for 2,000-yard backs. I don't think that's unreasonable to expect that. Now, if it doesn't happen and you still win every game, then who cares? But, if you want to set the expectations for what this running back room should be, Donaldson had 800 yards in 2 different seasons for West Virginia, and Peoples is a running back that Ohio State had and still has supreme confidence in, dating back to his time when he was a high school kid in San Antonio. They took him for a reason. So I think you should be really, really confident in this running back room. And maybe they're not as good as last year was, and I don't think they're going to have to be because the receiving group is so good and the tight end group is so good and the offensive line should be better. But, I just think that Peoples fits perfectly with what Donaldson does. I think Donaldson fits perfectly with what Peoples does, and that's a heck of a 1-2 punch to enter the season with.
Spencer Holbrook with us from Letterman Row here on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So I saw that Jeremiah was the only Buckeye in the list of 80 nationally dudes to be named to the award watch list for the Maxwell. And I looked at his stats. We did this 2 weeks ago. And so you lose a Mecca. So somebody's got to so they got to distribute if they do. I'm just going to hypothetically say there's 80 catches up for grabs if they had the same quarterback, which they don't. So I'll ask the question to you. Jeremiah's numbers, 76 for 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. The same, worse, or better with a new quarterback?
I will go worse, but not because he's any worse. Just because I think the attention paid to him is going to be magnified like we've never seen before. I don't think, if we remember back to when Joey Bosa was getting triple teamed by Illinois, on the line of scrimmage and everybody else was feasting on that defensive line. Why our team's not going to do that to Jeremiah? Well, it's probably because of Cardinal Tate and Max Clare, who a lot of people I think forget about from time to time, and Brandon Ennis and the backs out of the backfield catching the ball, and the other receivers in that room. But, he's just going to have so much attention on him, and teams are going to just have to say, we're not going to let Jeremiah beat us. Now, the other guys will beat them, and that's fine. But I think there's a case to be made where Jeremiah might have 65 to 70 catches for 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns, and he has just as good of a season. It just doesn't seem like it because his numbers are a little lower. That's where I kind of fall on things. Now, if he goes out and has 90 catches and 1,600 yards and 20 touchdowns, then he's going to get the stiff arm trophy in New York. So, there's another case to be made for that, and I certainly won't tell you not to make that case because I could see it happening really easily. But I just feel like there will be games where teams will say 4 doesn't beat us, everyone else does, and we get out of here with a loss, even if even if it isn't because of Jeremiah Smith.
Let's flip it over to defense and talk about that linebacking room, right? Because last year there seemed to be some real good consistencies with Cody and Sonny and what they brought week in and week out. And now you flip the page and Sonny is the leader of that room. And a lot of noise has been made about Arvell Reese and where he is and could he pair well with Sonny. Arvell Reese this offseason, what you've seen from him, what you've heard about where he is with his progression as a player, your thoughts on that pairing and what those guys could bring to the field on Saturdays.
Yeah, I think there's a few times that we hear the hype about a guy who hasn't really started games at Ohio State more than what we've heard about Arvell Reese this offseason. It's been just growing and growing and growing. It's almost like a snowball effect. And every time you see him, he looks like he's gained 30 pounds of muscle and, looks more and more like an NFL player every time they post a photo of him or you see him in person or you even hear about him that, hey, Arvell's gotten bigger. And it's like, I don't know how that's possible. Arvell's gotten stronger. Arvell's gotten faster. I really don't know how those two things are possible. So, The hype train is fully loaded for him, and he and Sonny Styles I think make up the two most athletic linebackers in the Big Ten. I think that it's really hard to find guys that are more athletic than those two, and then you add in Peyton Pierce, who's a really good athlete, as the third backer. I think if anything, this group will be more athletic than it was last year, even as good as Cody Simon was. Now, do they have the leadership that Cody Simon brought? We'll have to see. Sonny Styles, I think, is a little bit of a different leader in the way that he goes about things, but I think he's going to really set the tone for this group. I think it's got a chance to be the best linebacker group Ohio State has had in years, and I'm pretty comfortable saying that. So we'll see what happens, but it's pretty remarkable what James Laurinaitis has done with this group in just 2 or 3 years.
Yep, the excitement's starting this week, my man. Thanks for jumping on, bud. We'll see you soon.
Looking forward to getting into it, guys. Thanks.
You got it. Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, guys, I'm talking to you. If you're constantly feeling tired, can't focus, don't have enough energy to get off the couch, that's existing. That's not living. It affects all aspects of your life, your relationships, your job. This is not how you want to be seen or experience life. So picture this. Get your life back with testosterone therapy by Low T Center. There's never been a better time to find out your T level. All you have to do is visit fixmylowt.com and get after it. Take the test. It's fast. Results are available in about 15 minutes. Right now, the test is still free. Time is running out on that. So I want you to get in now before you miss that chance. And if you start the therapy, most major insurance is accepted. So treatment costs are very minimal. And it's really about taking the power to take control of your health. They have a custom dose TRT, so you'll have the freedom to choose between in-center care or medically monitored treatment with it delivered right to your home. And if you tell your friends and you get started, you'll get a $250 credit when you and your referral become patients. So do it now. Book an appointment at fixmylowt.com. Check them out at fixmylowt.com and take control of your health. When we come back, party like a Roth star. Who had the best weekends? We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
The Dublin Irish Festival, August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food, and fun. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org.
We repurpose a lot of the junk we haul away.
Donatables get donated to a family that needs them, and the recyclables get recycled.
And we have enough trucks that we can come the day you call us.
We work to help your neighbors, the planet, and you.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Yep. bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way, if baths are us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
The sun is out and the savings are on. Now at Coghlan Chevrolet, lease a new 2025 Chevy Trax for $159 a month. A new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. Or a new 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. See our full inventory at CoglanChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 8/4/25.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate you snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your significant other will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, it stops your snoring. That's the point. It's quick, it's comfortable, and it's an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea. And he's helped countless patients breathe easier, sleep better, and live healthier, more energized lives. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Schedule your appointment now with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that's sleepbettercolumbus.com.
It's hot out. Stay in the house and cool yourself with the sweet sounds of The Fan. You can watch on YouTube or tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 The Fan. It's the equivalent of putting ice cubes down your pants. All right! The Fan.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Let's all gather into the Kiki. It's time to party like a Roth star.
Oh, yeah. Living up to the name. Buying $9 boxes of crackling oat bran and
live your best life. Live your best life.
I would have stopped. I would have, I've threatened to do this for you.
Yeah.
Which is stop at the old Warm Glow candle shop because, as you know, it's more than just candles. Got all sorts of shakes and I'm gonna work for them soon.
What they got behind the desk?
Because I wanted to buy you some sort of banana cream pie candle or something.
That's right up my alley.
I had some banana cream pie on Friday night at a restaurant in Chicago that was a banana cream pie with peanut butter in it and a crust that was the greatest graham cracker kind of crust I've ever had in my life. And then I told a buddy of mine, I said, hey, look it up on the website. He says, it's not on there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it was there that night. Maybe it was special, but it was a banana cream peanut butter pie.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds
pretty good. You know, on Sundays, usually I get an itch for pizza. So yesterday I ordered some pizza and I was like, I want a little sweet treat to go with this thing. So I got a brookie to pair with the pizza, which is the brownie cookie combination. And when that's done right,
I'm going to fall off this chair.
When that's done right.
You didn't just stare at it. You ate it.
I ate about 3 pieces of this brookie yesterday, and that thing was warm. And as my grandmama used to say, that thing was moist.
I actually thought about
Grandma
you this weekend because we also had, we were celebrating a couple birthdays, and we also had a chocolate cake that was as moist as you say.
Shout out
it was
to my
incredible.
Grandma, there's a tea at the end of this thing.
You guys have probably talked, maybe you haven't yet, because I don't remember which day this was. Before the weekend, there were only 19 players in the history of Major League Baseball that had ever hit 4 homers in a game.
This has to be done.
Never had a rookie done it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not really watching the Oakland A's, but their first baseman, Nick Kurtz, has also had quite a season even before this weekend. He was tearing the cover off the ball since coming back from the IL in early June. He was batting like 350, like 18 home runs. And his nickname is the Big Amish, and comes from the area of Pennsylvania that he grew up. And I guess, and I've not seen him, Matty, but when he does hit a home run, is his celebration that he churns some Amish butter?
I believe I've seen that a couple of times.
Doing his hands in a circular motion. So 2 mice fell in a bucket of cream. 1 mouse quickly gave up and drowned Matty. The other mouse churned that cream into butter and walked out. And his name is Nick Kurtz. He went 6 for 6, 8 ribbies, 19 total bases, matched the record. Was it Sean Green who had the record?
Sounds right.
I'd have to look at that. And the fact that he joined the 4 home run club.
Special.
And somebody told me that in 3 or 4 other parks, he would have had at least 5.
Okay.
Like that one of them would have been gone in other parks. So Topps made a special 4 home run club card. It's got the Nike swoosh, and it's a special edition, first rookie in MLB history with a 4 homer game. And that's, I mean, to be the first rookie to ever do it,
it's incredible.
Is pretty awesome. I mean, you talk about in a zone, anything you threw up there, he was hitting out. 4 home runs, 6 for 6.
It's video game stuff.
Yeah, Nick Kurtz, all weekend long, party like a rock star.
I want to bring this up since we're talking baseball. Some breaking news coming out of Cleveland. Jeff Passan from ESPN reporting this. Cleveland Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as a part of MLB's sports betting investigation. Clase is the second Guardians pitcher on leave to the investigation, joining right-hander Luis Ortiz. So some breaking news coming out of Cleveland.
And there goes his trade value.
Emmanuel Clase, yes, TLC, has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as a part of Major League Baseball's sports betting investigation.
And what was the other one that happened while I was gone?
That was Luis Ortiz, his teammate. So we got 2 Cleveland pitchers now being called out for the same thing, for sports betting.
All right. Because the other one wasn't gambling, but it was in the NFL. A bunch of those dudes selling their Super Bowl tickets for well over value.
I believe so, yes.
A bunch of guys are on that list, but that's not gambling, obviously.
So there you go.
Boy, they've kind of been cruising along a little bit.
Well, like TLC said, his name was kind of thrown out there as maybe a piece that they can move to get some good return. That
team-friendly contract
has been tabled, to say the least. So we will keep you guys updated on all of that.
He's not. Well, he was partying, but now he's not.
In a good way. Not in a good way. You know who's partying right now, folks? Don't look now. But look at that NL wild card race. Look at the standings, AR, because our Cincinnati Reds are only a game back of that 3rd slot in the NL wild card race. We ain't winning the division. The Cubs.
Iceman. Cooling off.
I'm heating up, baby. I'm heating up, AR, because the Reds right now have won 4 in a row, 7 of their last 10. Brady Singer's throwing gems over the weekend.
How's my boy Noelvi Marte?
Well, it's all right. It's
got a nice swing.
All right.
He's got a good swing.
He does.
Dude.
He looks the part. But maybe Eugenio Suarez is on the way to take his spot. We shall see. But the Reds right now locked in. This is cool to see. Ellie De La Cruz had a strong weekend. Rough one yesterday, but you look at what he did on Friday and Saturday night, In those 2 games, he had 6 hits combined against the Tampa Bay Rays. As we all know, he gets on base. He's an absolute menace, stealing bags. Ellie De La Cruz putting it all together right now. 282 on the year, 18 home runs, 67 RBIs. And then you have the pitching staff doing their part as a Cincinnati Reds starting rotation ranks 4th in the National League in quality starts, but they are right there making some noise. They are 1 game back in that NL wildcard race. The Cincinnati Reds.
Turn those machines back on.
Partying like a rock star.
Sell.
Get the shirts ready, TLC. Come on, baby.
Kurt Kitayama, 32 years old, out of UNLV. They called him a project when he came out. He has an older brother named Daniel, played golf in Hawaii. Now he's caddying for him. Kurt Kitayama got his first hole-in-one way back when on a par 4. That's pretty awesome. He liked Entourage and Billy Madison. He wants to trade places for a day with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Who wouldn't? Played high school basketball at only 5'7". Dude's a baller. He grinded to make the cut in Blaine, Minnesota, the 3M Open this weekend. He tied the course record with a 60 on Saturday. This is after he barely made the cut. He followed up with a 65 yesterday, wins by 1, grabs $1.5 million. Second career win. He's 53rd in the standings now, but here's the important part. He made, with that 60 and 65, he made 20 birdies on the weekend.
Wow.
Which is the most by a winner on tour in 22 years. So again, in the zone. Kurt Kitayama, partying like a rock star.
Last one real quick. Look, we had to bring up some bad Cleveland baseball news in this, so I'll end with some positive baseball news when it comes to the Guardians, and it's a former Cleveland pitcher. Congrats to CC Sabathia being inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend. Cy Young winner, won a World Series in 2009, 6-time All-Star and an ALCS MVP. I love the dude's swagger out there, had the hat cocked to the side just a little bit. Back in the day, used to flame throw.
Big fella.
Had to recreate himself when the miles per hour took a little bit of a dip and had a nice career, not only Cleveland, but the New York Yankees as well. So congrats to CC Sabathia, one of my favorite pitchers of all time. He was partying like a rock star this weekend over in Cooperstown, going into the HOF.
Nicknamed Dub.
Yeah. Scaring Dubs, man. He was a monster.
The CC. All right, that's party like a rock star. We're going to come back top of the hour. We'll give you a SportsCenter update here. We are, I guess, waiting to hear what Deion Sanders will have to say at his press conference that he's called strictly to answer health concerns and medical leave claims. Hopefully we'll have that information here in the next few minutes, so stick close. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Get your air conditioner ready to go for warmer temperatures ahead with Logan AC and Heat Services. Right now, service calls are just $79. Tune-ups are also $79. Talk to one of our service technicians about how you can improve your home comfort. Online scheduling is easy and takes just minutes. So visit our website and book your appointment now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Dropping just 25 pounds with Awaken 180 can actually give you 10 extra degrees of golf swing rotation. Now, I'm not Bryson, a mad scientist, but that sounds good. It's about a half a club longer, 6 to 10 extra yards every swing. But from personal experience, lose 75 pounds like me, and it's next level distance. Way better consistency, energy, and mood, especially on the back nine. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180 degree weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? or walk down a flight of stairs without having to take your time. You thought to yourself, I'll just tough it out, but nothing changes. Hi, it's Tyvis Powell. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Walkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. I'm glad I did. Myself and others have turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies, no scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Deion Sanders and his medical team are about to hold a press conference discussing the Colorado head coach's health condition and his status moving forward. Many sources close to the team are speculating that Coach Prime may step down. The Cleveland Guardians dropped the series to Kansas City over the weekend. They're back at Progressive Field, starting one with the Colorado Rockies at 6:40 tonight. Slade Ciccone makes the start for the Guards opposite Bradley Blaylock. The Cincinnati Reds are hot. They've won 4 straight in 10 of their last 14. They start a series with the Los Angeles Dodgers at 7:10 this evening. Chase Burns and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the pitching matchup. Coverage on ESPN Columbus gets underway at 6:40. We'll join it in progress here on The Fan at 8. The Cleveland Browns have added some depth to their running back room with the signing of Toa Taua. Taua led the UFL in rushing touchdowns last season.
Matty is a diehard Reds fan. I mean, where else is he going to go? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Second hour of the program. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, TLC at the switches. What we'll do is we'll let TLC kind of monitor the Deion Sanders presser. And if he can work his magic and maybe dip into it for a minute, we'll probably do that. I'll set the scene. what's going on. He had some recent health issues. They were bad enough, I guess, that he reached the point of at, 57? I don't know how old he is, 58, somewhere in that area, that he said, I need a will. And I want to get my affairs in order. I want to make sure while I'm of sound mind and body that I can have my wishes recognized.
He'll be 58 August 9th.
So he's got a press conference right now apparently with his medical team to discuss the health issues. All of this has been kept quiet. During the break, I said to you guys, I go, wow, if he's stepping away, then that's a pretty big secret to keep because you'd have to inform the administration. We're too close to the season. And I would be personally surprised that it didn't leak. But if he just kept this between his personal family and his doctors, then God bless him. We'll find out. Yeah, I don't really know. He said he was feeling great, you said, though, on Friday.
Well, that was, at Big 12 Media Days, and that could be Coach Prime being Coach Prime and playing the game, right? Not wanting to make that day about him.
Yeah.
Who knows what really went into that statement. But just looking at the live stream right now, there are a ton of, like, the prayer emojis in this. There's a couple thank God comments, and so,
You want to run a few minutes of it?
You have it live?
Yeah.
Let's dip into it and see if...
Coming today.
Volume's kind of weak.
We're here today. We're going to get started with sort of like a timeline on what's all has been transpiring. I know you're
Volume's very weak.
thinking something's going to happen today that ain't going to happen. I don't know where you get the news from. But we're going to kind of break it down to you like we did our team. And it was so wonderful seeing the team yesterday. My God, it was so darn wonderful. Bucky compiled a wonderful video to let them know every step of the way so we wouldn't have to explain every detail, but it was phenomenal. I wish we could show you all that same video. It was extraordinary. I think Bucky's going to put it on his YouTube channel soon after this, but let's get started. Let's kind of give them, let's walk them through. Can we do that? Is that okay with you all? That we walk you through? Let's go, Law.
Okay, so as you guys know, Coach has his other health issues, his vascular stuff. So every year, Coach goes for a CT scan of his vascular pattern to make sure the blood clots are away. So with this scan, everything turned out really great from the vascular side. About 2 weeks later, we get a text from his primary care doctor that said, I need to talk to you and Coach. We need to refer you guys to a urologist. So about 3 days later, we go see a urologist. They go in for a quick procedure. The urologist told us, hey, within 10 minutes, I can tell you guys if he's going to need another procedure or if we just need to do these follow-up appointments. And the doctor told us, okay, you guys are going to need another procedure. I'm going to refer you to my colleague, Dr. Petraglia. But at this point, you have a bladder tumor. And from there, we'll go get it removed, and then Dr. Petraglia, go ahead.
Yeah, so we proceeded with removal of the bladder tumor. It showed a very aggressive,
Let's go backwards, because you guys gave me options that scared me to death.
Oh, well, once we do.
We'll get there. I'll get there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We removed the tumor. It was very high grade, invading through the bladder wall, not into the muscle layer, something we call very high risk, non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. So we did discuss options. We discussed some options of treatment in the bladder, and we discussed bladder removal as well. Given his commitments to his family and to the team, elected to undergo a bladder removal. We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder. And I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
You can clap, it's okay. Rick was aware of what was transpiring, and he's been A1 and down there, just a blessing. Came to Texas to see me as well. But this was not an easy task because it was a changing kind of a lifestyle. And with Lauren and I coming from Jackson, this is how many surgeries?
From 2021, this is surgery number 14.
Surgery number 14. I had more surgeries out of the game than I did in the game. Like, what is going on? So, but they were so wonderful. You were such a blessing guiding me to, taking me through, verbalizing.
All right. I'm not really sure. We could hear it in the studio decently with our headphones turned up. I don't know how that came through to you guys, but his doctors, I assume I wasn't watching at the time, I was only listening. I assume that was either was that someone with the university, Matt, or was that somebody with his medical team? That
it looked like representatives from the university to me with the stream pulled up here. But if you could not hear what was being said, he had a bladder tumor in a procedure to remove it, and he is, quote, cured from the cancer. So when he said what he said to Asante Samuel back in May about what he's going through is very serious, now we know exactly what Coach Prime was dealing with, and it looks like he's crawled out of that for now, which is great news to hear.
It sounded to me like he got incredibly fortunate to have the cancer confined to the bladder, that it was localized, that they said it, I don't know if she said it didn't get into the muscle or, and I mean, obviously very scary whenever you hear that word, and then you hear it with organs combined, and if the cancer didn't sound like it had spread to any lymph nodes or any other organs, and it didn't metastasize to any other parts of the body, and it sounds like we didn't get to it yet, I'm sure they will, and you'll hear it later, is where someone's going to ask, what is his survival rate now that this is gone? Like, where are you with the chance this could ever come back? Or you feel like it sounds like they really localized it and found a way. And we didn't get to the part yet about whether he continues to coach through this or will. It seems like sounded like he will, but I don't want to speculate on that. But I just for sake of looking, and these are analytics through the National Cancer Institute, that the survival rate, and there's all different types, I imagine, that they make a prognosis of a 5-year relative survival rate. And it basically tells you what percent of the people with the same type and stage of bladder cancer, which I wouldn't know what he had, are alive 5 years after the cancer was diagnosed. And so, for example, the 5-year relative survival rate for localized bladder cancer, which it sounds like that's what it was, is 71%. So that means that people diagnosed with localized bladder cancer are 71% as likely as someone who does not have bladder cancer to be alive 5 years after the diagnosis. And so they were chuckling a little bit. There was a little bit of laughter. Dion wanted them to go back and basically tell more of the emotional side. What were the options you gave me? They went right to the result.
Yeah.
Those doctors said, we'll go back to what would have been or what could have been. He almost wanted to take it in order. All right, you told me I have this. What are my options? Do I want surgery? Do I not want surgery? Do I want radiation? Do I want chemo? What am I... Like, he wanted to talk through the whole thing, and it sounded like the doctors went right to we got it. It was localized. He's cancer-free. And that's when we dipped out.
So, yeah, I mean, this is obviously heavy stuff, what he's been going through, and this has been kind of hovering over that football program for the last few months, and you hear some stories about just the recruiting and just his commitment to the program with just these things swirling. They're realistic questions you have to ask, especially if you're a recruit that wants to play for him. And he did sign that contract extension back in March at the back end of that. So he signed a 5-year contract extension that's worth up to $54 million. And he's going to get paid roughly about $10 million per year starting this year. And that's going to increase to $12 million in 2029. And so, yeah, hopefully, man, this guy's going to be around for a lot longer than 5 years because he's a personality that I think is good for the sport. The way Mike Leach was, the way Deion is right now, the way Lane Kiffin is right now. You get a few of these head coaches that pop up around college football that have personality and I think can breathe life into not only their program, but college football as a whole. And for me, Deion is one of those guys. And so the health is the most obvious thing. So from my side of things, just hoping that he can get through this and do what he loves. And because you could hear it in his voice, how genuinely happy he seemed to be around his players and be around his team and try to move Colorado in the right direction the way they have been over the last 2 seasons.
Listen, comparing athletes from different eras, very difficult. Comparing team sport athletes to Olympic athletes is very difficult. People that have dominated several Olympic categories and events. you go back to way before you and I knew anything about Jim Thorpe and guys that were doing all sorts of different type of positions. But in my era and my lifetime, I think he's probably the best best athlete ever. Like
him and Bo probably.
Well, Bo, yeah. I mean, certainly Bo Jackson is right there.
Yeah.
But I don't think. But Bo never. Dion got to a point where I believe. So he had the Super Bowl and the World Series. So he played in the two pinnacle championships of both sports, and I don't think anyone's ever done that.
That's baller.
So and it wasn't just as a roster guy in the end of the bench. This was obviously a very big deal when maybe one of the greatest athletes of all time announces that he had cancer and that he's trying to beat it. And it sounds like his doctors say that he's got a very good chance to do that. All right, we'll check more of that out. We'll come back and we'll stay with football. Will the Browns quarterback pecking order change because of a potential injury? We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, Private Selection 80% lean Angus ground beef chuck in 1-pound packages is $5.49 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The sun is out and the savings are on at Coughlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Take up to $7,000 off MSRP on any new Kia EV in stock, or get up to $3,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing for 60 months. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Coughlin Kia locations. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 per 1,000 finance. All manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Dealer financing required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/25.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Tire and Auto Service. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid August 1st through August 30th. See store for details.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thidoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan.
Hey, Ohio! Don't wait! The Ohio State Fair is here now through Sunday, August 3rd. Experience fair favorites like the Butter Cow, livestock animals, shopping, delicious food, exciting entertainment, thrilling rides, competitions, and so much more. Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair through August 3rd. Get your tickets at ohiostatefair.com.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're tracking partly cloudy skies, but also the chance for a few scattered showers and storms here for the afternoon. Not as widespread as what we had over the weekend, but still a chance here for today. Otherwise, it will be hot and humid with highs around 90. And then we got lower 90s here for Tuesday and Wednesday, but another chance for showers and storms as a cold front arrives here on Wednesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
True to his name, Matty Ice wears a winter coat in the middle of summer. He lives the gimmick, man. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Howard Griffith, Big Ten Network, coming up bottom of the hour, 1:30. I've just missed it. Hall of Famer Deion Sanders announced that he has beaten bladder cancer, or maybe better, his doctors have announced that. And maybe the miracle of all miracles, and this is where maybe fortune comes into play, that they're claiming that with the blood clots and the vascular scans that he had to have, that's how he discovered the bladder tumor. Wow. That they found it as a result of these regular scans that he had to do for his vascular system. And now he's undergone a full bladder removal, which I would not be able to speak to of any kind. He knew the surgery was coming up during draft weekend, but he told his sons that it was an issue with his foot.
Didn't want to scare him, probably.
Not during their biggest time.
Yep.
And it seems to be, again, if there's anything to really learn, that you never put off anything that you're curious about. But he had to do it with the regular scans because of the other stuff. And my goodness, he was very transparent. He had some urinary struggles.
Oh, yeah. The quote is, I'll be transparent. This is coming from Coach Prime. I can't pee like I used to pee. He said he lost 25 pounds dealing with the cancer and complications from numerous surgeries. Dion is saying he's undergone 14 surgeries since 2021. Quote, I've had more surgeries out of the game than I did in the game. So, yeah, heavy stuff. Heavy stuff coming out of Boulder right now for our Coach Prime. But, man, if we know anything about him, he's going to try to shift the focus back to his team and what they can do once we get beyond this press conference. But, yeah, he wanted to get out there and clarify everything because there's just been so many questions asked over the last few months with how he's doing and where is he with leading this program. And now we know that he's been grinding, to say the least, with some serious health stuff behind the scenes. Yeah. So wish that man well, that's for sure.
I think you and I were talking about this during the break on how he definitely looked thinner, to me, at least my eyes, and that he was dealing with a very aggressive cancerous tumor on his bladder.
Yeah.
And that he had the bladder removed. And now they say the cancer is gone. So, in fact, the best quote that came out of it was when he, I guess, went live and said, we're going to beat it, right, Doc? And the doc said, it's beaten. Like, that's...
Already checked that box, Brian.
You cannot hear anything better than that.
That's great.
All right. We wanted to talk about... You guys told me that Kenny Pickett had a little hammy.
Coming out of the weekend, it was reported that at Saturday's practice, Kenny Pickett injured his hamstring, and it sounds like the Brownies will reevaluate Kenny Two Gloves at the end of this week. And so this doesn't sound like out of the gate this is something really severe that he's going to miss a bunch of time, but maybe when they go back and reevaluate it, that will be the case. Hopefully not. And whether you're Pickett, Flacco, Gabriel, or Shador, this is what you want to really avoid because we talked a ton about this quarterback race And it seems like right now between Kenny and Pickett and Joe Flacco, they're kind of in pole position. Isn't that what Mike Tomlin told us last year around this time when it comes to Russell Wilson? That's the feel that I have on it right now, and it's still early on in the process. But if you're Kenny, obviously this is very unfortunate because they've identified him as a guy that could be an option for their future, and now you deal with a little bit of a setback. So maybe this will turn into a little bit of the Justin Fields vibe that we had last week, AR, to where the scare was more significant than what's really going on, because it looks like Justin's going to be okay. But, yeah, one of the guys in the mix up there in the land this weekend, and Kenny Pickett is dealing with a hamstring injury as we speak.
Listen, if you're a Browns fan, no one's telling you to get excited about Kenny Pickett. You're kind of hoping that he can be efficient and maybe that he has a second act or whatever it's going to be, whether he's going to be a serviceable starter. Flacco's the safest from an experience standpoint and maybe even from just a floor of talent. They drafted Dylan Gabriel so much earlier than Shedeur. I'm in full belief that Haslam ordered the code red that said, hey, he's still on the board. I need this guy in my uniform. Let's get him. It's not going to cost us any more than the 5th rounder. Why wouldn't we volume shoot? So I'm not crushing him for it, but I'm just saying he clearly. I said this right after the draft. Since they had them both, they never had to tell us why they preferred Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur. They never had to. No one asked Andrew Berry point blank, you like this guy 50 picks before the other guy.
That's all that matters.
Why?
They don't have to tell us.
And they don't, because they have them both.
We know.
Yeah.
They believed in Dylan more than they did Shedeur Sanders. Yeah. That's the bottom line. You know, I don't follow what they say. I follow their actions. And their actions told us exactly that they identified Dylan Gabriel as a better fit and a better player than Shedeur was at the time. Big picture, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco don't need to play a ton this year. They just don't. This year for the Browns, it's a throwaway year. And while you're throwing away a year, you have to find out who your quarterback is. Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski will want to kick me in the face for saying that, but that needs to be the reality of 2025 for the Browns. It's not figuring out how many games you can win with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. That's, to me, doing this whole season the wrong way. It's about finding the answers and finding out whether or not one of these young guys can be your guy. And if not, you flip the page and go into the next year's draft and you identify a quarterback that you can go grab, or maybe quarterback or two, based off of how well some of these scouts and analysts are telling us next year's quarterback class will be. Like, that's what this year needs to be all about. I'm good with starting one of those guys to start the year, but shortly after that, you got to give a nice runway to Kenny Pickett, or Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel.
So I'm glad you said that at the end, because it does come down to also, if they're not ready to start, you can't really start them for the season. Like, you can't.
That's
if it's
fair.
too much to throw at them, because either you're gonna set them up to fail, and then you won't really find out what you want to find out. So if they need a little more seasoning, I'm okay with that. I agree with what you said about eventually they've got to see the field, especially when your over-under is like 4.5 wins. But the question really comes down to is, and we can hammer this out tomorrow as well, is who are you going to cut? You keeping them all? They could. They could find a way to keep them all. And I said that a month ago to you, that if this is the number one priority, and you just said this is all this season should be about, then you know what? Then you find a way to keep Flacco and Pickett and Dylan and Shedeur. You just find a way then. Because you do need somebody to start the year. And if some guy tweaks a hammy, I guess you could throw in anybody. You could throw Dylan in there, throw Shedeur in there. But if we were doing this analytically, we'd say, Flacco, you're gone. You're the best, but you're gone. We don't need you. We're trying to figure out whether any of these three have a future. You're not cutting Shedeur, most likely.
You're not cutting either draft pick.
You wouldn't think so.
To me, you're
because
not.
There's nothing that Dylan or Shedeur have probably done to this point to deserve being cut.
Right. And I think the other question we would have to ask ourselves is, which one of these guys we could trade? Which one of these guys has value to a team around the league that may be dealing with an injury or wants to upgrade their backup quarterback situation? You waste the first 8 weeks of the year playing Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco. That's what it is. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of everybody's time. And I know Stefanski would say, look, we're trying to win games and all that stuff. Like, fine.
Well, do you think he has assurance?
That I don't know.
Because it's his job to put the best team on the field he can.
That I don't know, and we'll never know. But if I'm Jimmy Haslam, that's what needs to be done. this year.
I'm with you.
We need to be in the best position possible next year.
Do what you got to do to figure it out.
Correct.
That's what I would tell.
And I would
Stefanski.
hope that they would give him that grace with the roster that he's dealing with right now. More importantly, the quarterback room that he has.
2 minutes. Howard Griffith joins us. 2 new coordinators, a first-year starting quarterback. How much does he believe in the Buckeyes making a run at a repeat? 2 minutes away, Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dog friendly. And if you ain't down with that, this is Rothman and Ice.
All right, we'll effort Griff, and if not, we'll reschedule him. But I did see this. CBS was predicting the first loss for all 18 Big Ten teams, like when their first loss will come. And so I immediately just scrolled down to Ohio State because I just want to know if they had them beating Texas.
Yeah, when's the next one coming?
Then you could make the case that the next one that even would be in play would be Illinois, like even in play. And I don't even know if I want to get it there. And then you got to go to Madison, which you should win that, but and then Penn State. So I immediately, I would say that if they haven't beaten Texas, I mean, then Penn State's at home. I mean, when would you, because you could almost say, well, maybe I don't have them losing.
Running the darn
maybe
table.
there are Buckeye fans out there that say, well, maybe their first loss is next year. Not this year.
The Illinois hype it's been the all season of hyping up Illinois. The Illinois, I swear, plays Indiana the week before they play Ohio State. Or am I making that up?
Wait, say that again?
Illinois plays Indiana a couple weeks before they play Ohio State?
At Indiana.
So that's 2 weeks before they welcome in the old Scarlet and Gray.
3 weeks.
Okay.
They get USC, they get Purdue, then Ohio State. Now, let me before we get to Howard real quick, I'll take the mystery out of it. CBS predicts that Ohio State's first loss will be against Texas. And I'm not here to tell you that I would be that shocked. I don't think anybody, that's a good team. You do get them at home. You'll have the Natty, you'll have the crowd, the whole thing will be there. Longhorns will be thinking revenge, but they don't have the same quarterback either because Quinn was obviously playing that game.
Lost a ton, too.
Yeah, and they did, too. So that's why this is just a heavyweight battle right out of the gate. He's the man with the Big Ten Network, and he's our friend. He's Howard Griffith. Good to have you, my man.
How you guys doing today?
Outstanding. Where are you on we talked about Jeremiah Smith earlier today. Does Ohio, are you more, what's more likely, Howard? the teams do everything they can to take him away the best they can, or that Ohio State, with a first-year starting quarterback, force feeds him as much as possible?
That's an interesting one. I think they're going to go into the game knowing that Jeremiah Smith's got to touch the ball X amount of times.
Okay.
Right? They have to figure that out. I mean, because they have to give him the football. And we know that even if you force it to him, he comes up with the play for you. So a lot of the time, and if I think teams are going to try to take him away, which at times they're going to try to do, that's really going to, I think, open up the run game and also open up some of the other weapons like Cardell Tate that'll have an opportunity, who I think should have a huge season this year.
Howard, who do you think will have the best run game, rushing attack this year? Which program, when you look at either the back or backs that they have, which squad do you look at and say that running back room is going to be making a lot of noise this year?
You know, I think it's easy to maybe pick Penn State, and if you take them out of it, I really like Washington and Deion Sanders. I know that a lot of people won't talk about. This Jonah Coleman is unbelievable, and now with the addition to a more athletic quarterback for that offense, I think he's going to have even bigger opportunities coming this season.
Where are they going at quarterback out there right now in Washington?
You know, I think it's still going to be up in the air. I think they're trying to still figure that out, at least publicly. That's what they're going to say. But I believe the young fella that they had an opportunity to play a little bit last year will definitely be the guy who's going to get most of the reps for them. And I think having him under center will give them an opportunity, Williams Jr. And I think that's where they need to go. You talk about athletic quarterback. This really, to me, will open up that run game. He showed some things toward the end of the season that just gave you a sense that this is going to be an offense with Jed Fish calling it. They're still going to be able to make a lot of plays.
Where are you with Wisconsin? They and years ago, they were always a tough out. You never really truly thought you'd roll them. Like, they played maybe an ugly brand of football, but it was physical. They always have the home field advantage to some degree with jump around, and so their fans are always there. But this start for them, at Bama in week 3, at Michigan in week 5, or home against Ohio State week 7, then they go to Oregon, they go to Indiana this year. Like, I feel like they're kind of out of sight, out of mind for me. That's a brutal stretch. Do they have any magic at all in them? Will we be talking about them in October?
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations, and every now and then that comes up when you talk about teams. They could be better, but the record won't show it. Probably won't dictate that. And Wisconsin finds themselves in that type of position. You know, they've got to find out what their identity is going to be moving forward. And I think they, obviously made some changes there. Having Billy Edwards is going to be, I think, a nice stopgap for them of a quarterback that can make plays with his legs, but also can bring a lot of leadership to the program. But they have to establish their identity. I think they got away from it. And that happens, man. You bring in a new coach, and one of the things that Coach Gennardo and I have talked about for years, just how difficult it is for a new head coach to make coaching decisions or making coaching changes at a coordinator spot in the second season. But they had to do that. Look at to make that happen, and they got to find their identity and who they are. They've gotten bigger and more physical at least they should be more physical on the defensive side of the line, because this is a team that, as you mentioned, gave up way too many yards on defense in the run game. But this is a team that hasn't had that identity of who they have been historically.
So there's a lot of hype out there, as you know, when it comes to Penn State. Howard, one question that I have on the offensive side of the ball for them is the pass catchers and how much noise those guys will make. We know Singleton, Allen, those guys are baller, and Drew Aller took a leap last year. But they brought in a lot of transfers, as you know, via the portal. Yeah. When you look at that wide receiver room and just that pass-catching unit now, minus Tyler Warren, do you think they have the dudes there to really have Penn State's offense as a national championship type of unit?
I think it still remains to be seen. They have to go out and get that done. I think as we've watched Drew grow as a passer, his accuracy gets better each and every year. We're going to have to see that from the wide receiver position because that's a position that struggled. I mean, quite frankly, this isn't the first time we've been talking about what Penn State was going to be able to do at the wide receiver, how that room would help them. But as you mentioned, the transfer portal has helped them, but you still don't know how they're going to acclimate. What's going to happen there? So numbers-wise, it looks like on paper that they have improved that room, no doubt about that, but we still need to see them play. This is a really talented team in Penn State, and you also have to see how are they going to handle all the hype that's surrounding them because this probably in the first, this is going to be my 19th year covering the conference. This is really going to be the first year where, people are saying, hey, they're sticking their flag and saying Penn State is a team, and anything short of winning a national championship will be a failure. Now, I'll say this. They've taken a page out of Michigan and Ohio State, which they have a veteran team of talented players, and let's see if that's able to play out for them this year. But you got to play the games. You got to still play them and impress everybody and put those W's in the right column.
Do you trust, as we talk with Howard Griffith, Big Ten running back legend here on Rothman and Ice, Drew Aller, the ceiling that he needs to get to this year for them to try to win it all, the hype around your guy, Luke Altmaier at Illinois, Bryce Underwood. I've heard a lot about Felix Mendoza transferring into Indiana, what they can do with him and their offense. Which storyline is most appealing to you this year?
Well, quietly, and I'm rooting behind the scenes, but Luke Altmaier really stepping up and making things happen in Illinois. But I'd say this is probably the first time in a long time that we've had so many veteran quarterbacks that, people have high hopes for. It's been a long time. And I know the Ohio State quarterback situation, I think, is going to play itself out. And they're going to, eventually end up with the right guy that they need. But this is, as far as the conference is concerned, this is going to be an exciting year, I think, at the quarterback, and probably one of the most talented classes that we've had kind of top to bottom of teams that are going to be able to take that next step. Look, Underwood he is everything that he's advertised to be, but at the end of the day, he's still a freshman, and they're going to have to go through some of those freshman growing pains. But he's such a talent that I really believe he's going to elevate another one of those receiver rooms that people have had a lot to say about. Hasn't been as good as they needed, but I think having a guy like Underwood under center should be able to help them out.
Howard, you touched on the veterans that we have at the quarterback position. I was listening to an NBA GM speak a few weeks ago, and he just talked about how NIL is helping both college basketball, the product, and the NFL, where these guys stick around for a little bit longer, then they go to the pros and they're ready. And the other side is that we get to watch better basketball. Are you seeing that on the college football side of things, that because of NIL and the opportunities that are out there, these guys are sticking around, that there's better ball being played right now?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, listen, we only need to look at what Ohio State was able to do. Obviously, winning their national championship, and Michigan, what a veteran team has. But when you as a player know that you can be I'm not saying a top 5 pick and you want to come back, but, you're a first-round draft pick and you want to continue to improve your stock, there's enough NIL money in a lot of these programs, in the top programs, where they are able to make that decision and be comfortable with it. So I think it has changed the way that, we're viewing college athletics right now. But I would also say this, and I think one of the comments that came out of media day was Mike Lockley talking about him losing the locker room from a standpoint that NIL was a big reason that they had some of the issues that they had, because people weren't mature enough and didn't handle things the way they needed to. So it's two sides to the NIL story, and whether or not it's gotten better. And for some locker rooms, when it's not taken and really controlled up front, and people have some of those hard conversations about this is what you're going to get paid and this is what you're going to get, and you're not a starter. When you become better, you can make more money. So until they start to, and most teams they're having those tough conversations, but that overall, to your question, I think it's absolutely made college athletics so much better.
Illini legend, Big Ten Network, 2-time Super Bowl champ, our friend Howard Griffith. I'll be here before we know it, bud. Thanks so much for your insight. We'll talk soon.
All right, guys. Enjoy the week.
Yep, well done. Howard Griffith on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. When we come back, we'll hit you with a Buckeye Bulletin and the reloading of the defense. Where is it? We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
My name is Andre Roberts, and I'm a defender for the Ohio State men's soccer team. When I was in 7th grade, I fractured my kneecap. That was my first experience with Orthopedic One. My physician came in the room and delivered the diagnosis, and with the confidence that he had, it reassured me that I would be okay. And they definitely did a good job of knowing as a soccer player when I needed confidence, when I needed to be pushed, and they got me right back to where I was before my injury. Orthopedic One understood what it means to be a soccer player.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with the new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat fan drive, benefiting Life Care Alliance. You can help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. How can you help? Purchase new box fans and bring them to the nearest Franklin County Fire Station, or you can buy online and ship fans directly to Life Care Alliance. The collection and distribution of fans is to assist residents who are at risk of heat stroke or heat exhaustion. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Get cash for clunkers during the Honda Summer Event at Lindsay Honda.
Listen up, Columbus. Cash for clunkers is big money towards your next ride.
Up to $3,500 minimum for your trade.
Use it for the down payment, negative equity, or keep the cash.
Lease a new 2025 HR-V two-wheel drive LX or 2026 Civic 4-door LX for just $299 a month. 0 cash down. Just bring us your clunker. Shop Lindsay Honda, the big Honda store now. For details, visit lindsayhonda.com.
Other stations have crappy ratings and they wonder why no one listens. So instead of investing money in local talent, they fire people and plug in AI voices. Gee, real entertainment. Well, all of our dummies are real, damn it. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with 0 experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
That may be the funniest thing that's happened today off the air, because Maddie, he wouldn't print the shirts for the Reds, but he put them in party, and he talked about they're right there, they're coming.
We're game back,
like,
baby.
It's not even like, basically, let's go wreck the league now, and he's putting everybody on alert. So during the break, I was saying, I'm kind of cooking up a fantasy parlay just for my team, for Bet365 coming up. And I said, I got Bassett going against Baltimore, so let's get him 4Ks. And then I said, and Michael Harris II's just been tearing the cover off the ball after he's been horrible this year. Yeah. He's like 8 for his last 11 with 2 home runs and 1 million runs scored. I said, give him one total base because maybe they'll walk him because he's been so hot. And then I said, that didn't quite get me to even money. I need one more in there. And I said, well, Maddie, why don't I take your Reds plus 4.5 runs? And he looked at me like, plus 4.5? Who are they playing? The 1927 Yankees? And I go, no, they're playing the Dodgers.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And you said, and then what did you say? He goes, I put them in party today. I didn't know they were playing the Dodgers.
As soon as I start talking about possibly dusting off some shirts to print for the NL wildcard race, here comes Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and company. My goodness. Can we have anything nice? Because they're playing well right now, and here comes arguably the best team in the entire sport.
Yeah, I mean,
no, that's how I feel. Every time I start talking trash about my team,
listen, come on,
something bad happens.
Why don't you look at it the other way?
They got to play us.
Maybe the Dodgers should be a little leery of them.
You know what's going to be happening?
They're hot.
Over the next 3 days is Shohei and company are going to be taking Ellie to dinners talking about, hey, when you just come on out to L.A. in a couple of years. They can't pay you
think
here.
You do think 4.5 runs will be enough, though, right?
I don't know, man. Who's pitching for them tonight? You know, for the Dodgers?
I'll tell you right now, sir.
Yeah, find that out for me.
The Dodgers.
Is it?
Yamamoto.
Oh, great. Their ace. Against
Burns.
Oh, man. You know what?
How many Ks for Burns? Remember when he was so good, and then
against this lineup?
And then I bet him later. Yeah,
against this lineup
what
tonight.
What do we do with him?
I want no parts. Oh, wait a minute. Last 2 games, 10 Ks and 10 Ks.
Why don't we get him to 4.5?
Yeah, don't do anything more than that.
No, I was thinking
they got too good of a lineup.
His over/under on Ks is 5.5.
I'd go under.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not the favorite.
They're second in the league in home runs and RBIs.
Dude's got a whip.
He does.
All right. I've got it cooked up.
Let me ask you this. When we get done with the Dodgers series, I think it's a 3-gamer. So come Thursday morning, will we still be within 2 games in the last spot in the NL wild card race? Do you think that we can steal a couple from the Dodgers?
I'm looking to see Yamamoto, Glasnow,
wonderful.
Ohtani.
Wonderful.
You have Burns, Lodolo, and Martinez.
We got dudes too.
That's what I'm saying.
We got dudes too.
I mean, the fact that you're bailing on them before the series even started.
One of the best teams in the league. Can you blame me?
Boston just took 2 of 3 from them.
I don't know if our offense can go blow for blow.
Twins took 2 of 3
That's
from
what
them.
I'm scared of.
And then before that, they got swept by the Brewers.
Okay, so we're catching them at the right time.
I mean, honestly, I don't.
Well,
they've started the second half on a downer.
Okay.
This is the time to get them, and you get them at home.
It'll be fun to see how we handle it.
That place will be packed.
It probably will be with Dodger fans. You're probably right.
All right. We were talking about Ohio State's defense and where they are with this as far as the full reload. Sonny was out there talking about how he has ultimate confidence. And don't you agree that maybe the question mark would be the interior of the defense, how good it can be?
I'm confident in the linebacking core. I do think Arvell Reese and Sonny, those dudes will do their thing. I actually think the interior of the defensive line, I've got some confidence there.
The ends?
That's the question.
Losing JT and Jack?
How much static can they create with the additions of, Bo Atkinson from North Carolina and some guys that have been in-house? Caden Curry, some of these names that we've seen, every once in a while throughout games on Saturdays. But now when you're asked to really be the dude for a unit, how will you go out there and perform? So that's the question for me. The secondary, I think that'll be a solid unit for sure, especially when you have Caleb Downs to build around back there, and you've got IGB, and he's got to clean up the penalties and all of that. But Jermaine Matthews has been waiting for this time. to be a full-time, no doubt, starter at corner, and we've seen some good flashes from him. So outside of the edges on the defensive line, I got pretty good confidence that defense will be a stout one. Now, that doesn't bake into what we just said, that there's a new coordinator in there, and he's got to learn his players, and they have to learn him and his defense and all of that. So that's going to take time. The good thing about the schedule is once you get past that Texas game, I think you can deal with some of those growing pains that will inevitably happen on defense and still find a way to win games.
Check the old odds on the Buckeyes right now and see if anything's changed and how Vegas looks at them. Do a little win outright on that on Bet365. 5-1. You get a little boost, a little half boost, plus 550.
Okay.
If you wanted to bet it right now. This is your championship game right out of the gate because they have Texas and Ohio State as the top two betting favorites. Texas plus 450. Boy, they're offering a lot of value on Bama, plus 1,400.
Okay.
To win it all. But it's a drop-off. The game, if you really wanted to hedge mentally, no one believes James Franklin can actually get it all the way to the finish line. They're 8-1. They may be a top 2 preseason team.
I don't believe in their offense being a dominant unit right now. I got to see that.
He usually, what he does is he's got these great running backs, and then he just fails to feed them a lot. Like well, I'm not saying anything that's new about questioning his in-game coaching ability, but if they can ride that team, those guys, and see about their defense, but that would be the mental hedge on the Buckeyes, because if they got to that game and actually beat Ohio State, then they're going to be pretty well thought of. But boy, this is a fun season. Spin the wheel. There's about 6 or 7 teams that are going to be in this.
No doubt. You know where else you need to get in on, fellas? It's the Columbus Men's Clinic, because if you've been feeling sluggish recently, if you've been maybe playing basketball with the friends and you can't get up and down the court the way you used to, the Columbus Men's Clinic can help you change how you feel and have you feeling like a new man, because there's no guesswork, there's no gimmicks, just real science. And it is effective right away just for you. It is affordable. It's accessible. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. So don't wait. Don't drag your feet on it. I went over there, got my blood tested. They got me in and out in a good time frame, and the hospitality was tremendous. You only get one life, fellas, so don't wait any longer. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com today. Again, that's 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com.
All right, we come back top of the hour, Sports Center update, and we'll deep dive into some AI NFL predictions. And AI absolutely hates one team that everybody was shocked did so well last year. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
It's like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Reds fans, Snoop Dogg is coming to Great American Ballpark on August 11th. Catch your Reds as they face off against the Phillies and hang out after the game for a live set from Snoop Dogg. Presented by Ohio Lottery and Network for Hope. Want to party in the pit with Snoop? Upgrade your access to a pit field pass. You don't want to miss this. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/Snoop.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Colorado head coach Deion Sanders and his medical team announced that Coach Prime has been battling bladder cancer this offseason and had to undergo surgery to remove his bladder. At this time, Sanders is cancer-free and has returned fully to coaching the Buffaloes. Cleveland Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase has been placed on paid leave as part of an MLB sports betting investigation. He joins fellow Guardians pitcher Luis Ortiz, who is currently under investigation by the league as well. Speaking of Cleveland, they're back at Progressive Field starting a series with the Colorado Rockies at 6:40. The Cincinnati Reds welcome the Los Angeles Dodgers to town at 7:10. Coverage on ESPN Columbus gets underway at 6:40. Roosters has given away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trip to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register at roosterswings.com today.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Final hour of the program, Rothman and Ice, Mike Petraglia. Jungle Roar Pod at 2:30. Shamar Stewart back.
He's in the house, AR.
Did he just sign what they put in front of him? Did he finally give in, or did they take the language out? I haven't seen anything on, like, we talk about this so much, and then at the end, when he's there, it's almost like, okay, he's there, story over. But I really am curious to find out if he just decided, hey, I'm not going to screw up. Put it in front of me, I'll sign it. Or whether his agent got some of that language out of there.
So I did see over at Yahoo Sports today that he signed the 4-year, $18.9 million deal, which is fully guaranteed. As a part of the deal, Yahoo is saying that the Bengals have reportedly changed a controversial clause that was the basis of Stewart's standoff. The clause was not dropped entirely per multiple media reports, but was softened enough that Stewart agreed. In exchange, the Bengals reportedly will pay $500,000 of Stewart's signing bonus up front instead of in December as a part of the compromise.
All right. I like that word, compromise. Feels like a win-win.
Still doesn't smell right to me. Like, we got to this point throughout the entire draft process, and clearly they have questions about who he is as a guy. Because real quick, AR, you had comments from Mike Brown last week that said, quote, if he's sitting in jail, I don't think I ought to be paying him. And so when your owner is throwing out comments like that about a player, my mind goes to, well, who do you think this guy is? Like, because you did.
Or even worse, why'd you draft him?
Correct.
Talent alone?
Well, how much talent was there really based off of the stats? That's not the end-all, be-all, but you're talking, what, 3.5, 4.5 sacks over 3 years?
You're questioning his character and lack of production.
Correct.
That doesn't really spit out first-round draft picks.
Right. And so that's a wait-and-see thing. They drafted a player last year in Jermaine Burton that had some questions about who he is as a guy off the field and all that. That has seemed to be okay over the last year and a half. So Shamar Stewart, clearly they have some type of questions, and there's some worry in the front office that he may step out of line at some point in time. If you're a Bengals fan, you'll kick that can down the road. Now you have your first-round pick in-house, and it's all about ball now moving forward.
All right, well, speaking of ball in the NFL, we got the Hall of Fame game Thursday night in Canton.
Who are the teams again?
Chargers, Lions.
Okay.
But are they really the Chargers and the Lions?
Well, the question I was going to ask is the backup quarterbacks that are going to be playing in this thing.
Are they?
For the Chargers and the Lions. I can
give you Hendon Hooker.
Oh, is he ready to go?
We talked about
who's out there?
We talked about the Lions perhaps wanting to sign because they have Allen and they have Hooker. And they may not believe in either one of them. And TLC and I, before the show, Maddie, were just kicking around. If you had to sign a free agent quarterback off the street right now, who would it be? And we both, and I told him, and you know what I said. There's not many left. But I mean, there's just one guy.
Free agent quarterback.
And it doesn't have a home that you might think about.
Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz was one of them. And the other one was.
Don't tell me. Who's still available out there that we could pull?
Well, there is one that just got caught up in some recruiting thing. That's Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay, what was that story, by the way? Did he really do anything out of bounds?
We don't know. And that's why I never talk about these stories being definitive. Because on the surface, what he was doing was helping them with laundry or giving them some Uber money to get from point A to point B. Yes, that's very true. But what people do when they talk about stories like this, they immediately say, well, that's stupid. All he was doing was helping out his kids. I don't know if that's all he was doing. I have no idea. Maybe that stuff was the public part of it, and the other stuff was, hey, how much did that Uber ride cost you? $1,000? Here you go. I was just paying for their Uber. I don't know, that's what I'm saying. Like, people talk about the stuff like, oh, the world's off its rocker, and this guy was just trying to help him. Maybe he was, and maybe it's as pure as the story wants to tell you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But he was not the name.
Okay.
There was one other name.
That you said that you would like to.
No, I just said that if you were going to sign a guy, a veteran off the street, who would it be?
Well,
he was the quarterback of a 1 seed in the playoffs a few years ago.
Quarterback of a 1 seed in the playoffs just a few years ago?
And was orchestrating a pretty damn good comeback until
Nick Foles?
A pick.
It's not Nick Foles.
A former first-round pick, drafted 8th overall in 2013.
Boy.
Don't get caught up in all that stuff.
I like these games, though.
This is easy. If I give you another hint that has nothing to do with analytics.
Start with the Dolphins.
I'm going to phone a friend here.
It's just that simple.
Well, apparently for my brain, it's not.
Number 17.
Tanny.
There you go.
Your boy Tannehill. Okay, there we go. That was your guy.
That's very nice.
TLC, we did go through about a 5-month window where AR was all in on Tannehill. And I get it, because that was when the Titans were...
Comeback player of the year.
They were playing well.
Pro Bowl quarterback.
But that was your guy.
He's a passing leader.
For a little bit.
Oh, yeah, this first year with the Titans? No, he was awesome.
Yeah,
he was terrible in the playoffs that year, but he was no joke, like the best quarterback. I mean, he didn't even start the year, so he only started like 11 or 12 games or something like that.
He separated his shoulder at some point.
Yeah, Mariota started the year for them, but when they benched him for Tannehill was no joke, the best quarterback in the NFL.
And now Braves has Tannehill 2.0 out there now in Foxborough. I'm in, AR. I'm kind of in on New England. Mm-hmm.
What's their? We got to check their over.
Frisky.
Well, we'll do the over under. We'll do their win total.
I'm in on that.
Now let me give you as long as you said
real quick. Since I took us down this road to the Hall of Fame game this week, he said Hendon Hooker will probably get a lot of run for Detroit.
Oh, can I give you the other one?
The Chargers' backup quarterback room is interesting.
Okay.
Do you know who would probably be the backup today if they started a game?
I know who it's been.
Who?
Easton Stick.
He is no longer there.
He's available. He's
no
actually a
longer
free
there.
agent quarterback.
Then he's the guy who everyone should sign.
So, do you want to guess?
Well, we know that Lance is there, right?
I don't know if you knew. Did you know that?
Trey Lance?
I don't know if a lot of people would guess
Trey,
that. Right
let's say Lance.
But
who?
he's not even he's not their backup. He's like a throw.
I'll give you another guess.
Let's see. Where has Jimmy Garoppolo's tour stopped?
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo
I don't think is
now with LA with the Rams.
It's not Gardner Minshew because I learned last week he's a Chief.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Taylor Heineke.
Oh,
but behind him is the aforementioned Trey Lance, and then behind Trey Lance is DJ Uiagalelei.
Yeah.
So a combination of Taylor Heineke, Trey Lance, and DJ Uiagalelei coming at you Thursday night in prime time.
DJ Uiagalelei is going to be meeting you at the drive-through line.
He's a Culpepper.
Come on.
When they make
the fries in the bag.
cut. He's been putting fries in the bag, but it's not going to be some like social media stunt. It's going to be 9 to 5.
He's going to be doing like car reviews of food.
Come on, man. There's good money to be made in the NFL as a backup quarterback.
There's also fairly good money to be made in doing food reviews in your car.
Real. That is very real.
If you get enough clicks.
Oh, no doubt. Remember the game DJ had against your boys up there in South Bend?
I thought he was going to be awesome.
I thought he was about to be.
He threw for 420 yards, and they weren't fake. Like, they were really good throws.
He was 4 bills throwing for 4 bills?
Pretty much. Yeah. Big Cinco. And now he's not even the best brother in his family. By the way,
they've got him listed at, they got him listed on ESPN at 252.
Okay. Was he 6'6"?
They're
6'4"?
Yeah.
Okay. He got off the mat a little bit at Oregon State and then went to Florida State last year.
Yeah.
And that was nasty work.
No.
Nasty work.
Georgia Tech and Dublin.
It was nasty.
That's nasty.
Yep.
And it was week 0, so everyone was watching.
Of course.
Can't hide in Dublin, Ireland.
No doubt.
By the way, if Cade Klubnik is good this year.
Glad you said if.
Supposed to be.
I'm saying if because
We've been waiting a few years.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, he was eligible for the draft last year, and he didn't go, and it's not because he was too good for it, okay?
Right.
But if Cade Klubnik is really good this year, can we craft the argument about Dabo Swinney that his only blemish is one bad quarterback and that maybe he wasn't always falling off like a lot of people thought he was?
Well, he also refused to he was old school.
He wasn't playing the transfer portal NIL game the way other programs were. He believed in their development in-house.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point to where you had to push back on the way he was doing business just a little bit because of where they were prior to all this stuff.
Do we know that that's why they weren't that good, though?
That's a fair question, but when you are a coach that's been at the top of the mountain and you don't make the noise that you used to make for a long period of time and you're not doing that, it's easy to point at that as the why. And that may not be the end-all, be-all as to why that they weren't having success at that clip, but he seems to have turned the corner this year.
Coach.
And he's a really good coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach.
Come on.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I agree with you. It's everything can fluctuate, but talent is talent. And to have 2 titles and
it's just hard to sell, I think, to your fan base that we've been at the top before, but we're not at the top anymore because I'm not, as a coach, using all the resources available to me. I think that's a very tough sell, but I think he's, learned a little bit, and we'll see.
Most of these legendary coaches, whether it's Urban or Nick, or let's put him in there on the fringe of that, most of these guys are probably in the camp of, you should want to come and play for me in this program. And if it's all about what you can make and I think they were slower to want to adapt. It probably drove Nick out. Yeah. Urban probably doesn't want back in because of it. And here Dabo was holding on like grim death to the old school development of come to this national championship program and leave a pro.
I think that definitely could be the case. I wouldn't be surprised for Dabo and maybe some other coaches if there's some ego involved too.
That's right.
With how I develop is how I'm going to develop because I know I can get it done and I don't need all these other things to help me as a coach to get back to the top.
All right, let me give you the AI projections next. And the team that was right there that they do not believe in. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Win big at El Dorado Scioto Downs, your Caesars Rewards hotspot. Play over 1,700 hot games. Sip craft brews at Brew Brothers. And dine at Guy Fieri's Trattoria with its famous 68-layer lasagna. Enjoy live music at Vail Bar and harness racing now through September. Experience nonstop thrills where rewards never stop. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Hey, it's Anthony. I actually enjoy the off-season. Gives me a chance to be really active, travel, be on the move. But when my back started giving me pain, I wasn't going to just deal with it this time. I went to the Good Feet store. Their personally fit arch supports got my feet into their ideal alignment, and I could already feel the difference in my back immediately. And they educated me. I had no clue we actually have several arches under our feet, and those cushy over-the-counter insoles were not going to do the trick. So many people suffering with pain can benefit from their system. People with pain in their feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, hips, and more. I've been wearing my personally fit arch supports for a while now, and they've given me the motivation and confidence to be as active as I want to be. The Good Feet store thrives on being solution-oriented. Go in. The fitting is free. They want you to try them in the store and feel them for yourself. So get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City and on Polaris Parkway. Or check them out at goodfeet.com.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer.
The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We got some sunshine out there, partly cloudy sky here for today, but scattered showers and storms are in the forecast here for this afternoon. Otherwise, it will be hot with a high of around 90, feeling like it's in the mid-90s here for the afternoon. More heat and humidity here Tuesday and Wednesday with highs in the 90s, but it will feel like it's in the upper 90s to around 100 here for both. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Bet365 times.
Let's get into it because at Bet365, folks, we don't do ordinary. Bet365 is the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Make sure you're keeping an eye out for the Cleveland Guardians Boost and Super Boost the day of games. Guardians taking on the Colorado Rockies tonight at 6:40 up there in the land. What's up, big dog?
I'm thinking about, I looked up who the Braves were playing. They're playing Kansas City. Kansas City is throwing Rich, don't call me over the hill.
He's got to be 60.
Or Rich Hill, affectionately known as Dickie Mountain.
How old is he?
Dickie Mountain is 45 years old.
I see you, Rich Hill.
He's pitching in a Major League Baseball game tonight, and he pitched about a week ago and pitched really well.
Okay.
Do I dare do something with Rich Hill? His over-under on K's is 3.5.
What you do is you bet Michael Harris to hit a dinger off the man.
Plus 750.
Scare money don't
He's
make
my
no money.
guy. He's been killing it.
Money Mike. That's what they call him down there in the A.
He's finally hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to find something with Rich Hill. Outs, over-under, 15.5. Can't touch that because the juice is horrible on under. He won't get the win. What about walks? Under 1.5 walks is plus 140.
Juicy.
He's gonna walk two people. He's 45 years old. Earned runs 3.5. Over 3.5 is plus 115. He's pitching well though. Dickie Mountain.
What are you doing?
Which one of those do you like the best?
Michael Harris to hit a home run.
Plus 750?
Mm-hmm. I know that's a little too out there in the deep end.
No, it's good because he's my guy and he's been killing it. And we talked about him earlier, and I have him with a total base of just getting on, but I wanted to really bet Rich Hill somehow. You guys have a feeling?
I don't. My feeling is with home runs and home runs only.
All right, give me your Shohei home run.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this, folks. You go over to Bet365, and this is jumping off the screen. Usually when we do these anytime dingers, or I do these anytime dingers, like the best juice you can get, well, not the best juice, but when it gets relatively light, you can talk about like plus 225. That's when Vegas is pretty confident this guy's going to hit a home run. Shohei tonight down at GABP is plus 145. It's happening. Empty the bank account.
Happening.
Empty the bank account. If it doesn't work out that way, come yell at TLC. Don't yell at me. So I'm going with Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
Anytime home run against my Reds, plus 145. Take it to the bank.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Rich Hill under 15.5 outs because
that's actually great.
I don't think a 45-year-old pitcher is going to go
into the sixth
innings. Yeah, into the sixth.
What's the juice on that?
Well, it's minus 175. So we have to we have to pair it with something. So we could pair it with
the Royals to win the game. What's that look like on the money line?
Royals to win the game would be plus 145. That would definitely get you into a good spot. But no, I would do Michael Harris with like a getting on base. I'll combine it. I'll get you the odds, but that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, there you go. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the Bet365 app today. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. You must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know needs help, again, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Offer subject to meeting qualifying criteria.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
What is a 45-year-old pitcher making this year to pitch?
Probably a couple mil. Vet minimum, whatever that is in the
base
league.
Salary.
Was it $2 million, something like that? Baseball money's crazy, man.
Rich Hill signed a 1-year, $1 million contract.
Okay, sounds about
Kansas City Royals. All right, there you go.
For the love of the game, man.
45 years old.
There you
go. Here's your AI record. You want to know your New England Patriots?
Something about New England where I'm like, they're not going to the postseason to make any noise this year, but I think they're going to take a big time.
9-8. That's strong.
Yeah, I think they could do that this year. I really do.
Now, let me give you the team that I was kind of blown away by that they're going to take a tumble.
Give us the record first.
Take a tumble.
6-11.
Take a tumble.
Let me get their record from last year.
He framed this as a team that overperformed this year. So obviously,
I know who it is.
The thought is Washington.
No, I think it's Minnesota.
I'm going to say...
Knowing my guy, the mental hedge king over here.
No, it could be both.
He brings up a good answer, too.
I was going to say Denver, actually.
I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Yeah. He was giggling.
No.
Because both of them, I think, were overachievers last year. Vikings were Commanders.
14-3.
No doubt. And then the Commanders went to the NFC Championship game with a rookie quarterback.
14 games were a wild card team.
Nobody saw that coming with either team.
All right, tell me he's right.
No, it's the Commanders.
Oh.
They have the Commanders at 6-11.
Wow. Okay.
What was their record last year? 12-5.
And they won a whole bunch of
6
funky
and
games.
11.
They won some funky games last year.
Funky
the Hail
Cold
Mary
Medina
was nuts, right?
The Vikings, you mentioned the Vikes. From 14 wins, they have them going 7-10.
Okay. So
cut it in half.
Pretty dramatic fall-offs for both.
But they have the Packers winning the North over the Lions.
I don't see it.
At 11-6. This is AI.
I don't see
Why don't you just tell me another team you'd like to hear? Niners, 12-5.
Mm-hmm. That's way too much of an overcorrection.
I'm in.
Like, they're not 6-11 bad or whatever they were last year. But come on.
I'm in.
And Rams 10-7. That sounds right. Might be a hair better even.
San Francisco can clean up with their schedule too. TLC. Carolina.
Still lost a ton.
The Giants. Their offense is going to be nasty.
You want the Browns? You want the AI Browns and Bengals?
Sure.
Might as well round out that whole
Bengals
division.
10-7, while Ravens 11-6.
Believable.
Bengals 10-7.
Yeah.
Your boys 9-8 because that's what they do.
Of course,
that's what they do.
Are you sure that's AI or just like some guy off the street?
And the Browns 5-12.
And you want to be worse than that if you're a Browns fan. You do.
Well,
you want to be worse than 5-12.
What is the goal for the Browns fan
to
this year?
Have the number one pick. That for me, that's what I would want. To have a number one pick.
If you're a Browns fan, are you like trying to come out of this season with either Shador or Dylan Gabriel be like, oh yeah, they're the starter?
That'd be great if that was the case. You got to find out, but you need
realistically,
to be.
Just don't know how you're going to find out all that this year.
Is to play them more.
No, I know.
Pickett and Flacco.
You're going to get a glimpse. You'll get a little bit enough.
It
but
needs to be a lot. AR. That to me, like I don't understand what we're doing. Then you take two quarterbacks and then you have 2 first-round picks next year. Is to not have question marks about what they are.
You got to find hope. There's got to be hope this year that one of these quarterbacks, Pickett, Gabriel, or Shador, has a future with you.
And if not,
but in a combo platter, you could get hope and a top pick.
Correct.
You're right there.
And if you don't get hope, you wash your hands with this season. And you say we're picking in the top 5 next year with the ability to move up with the extra first-round pick we have. We can go get Arch or Garrett or Lenoris or one of those guys.
You may just be hoping that Travis Hunter isn't the best player ever.
Well, that's always going to be the case.
That too. But if you win 5 games this year, 5 or more games this year, what does that do for the future of the franchise? To me, it does nothing.
It's the NFL. They're going to probably win 4.
Right, and that's fine.
I mean,
win no more than 4 games this year.
Well, then you're in the conversation with who else? Carolina and Tennessee and whoever else.
Just play my team in the snow and you'll win.
That's where you need to be.
What's your over-under on feeling good every day? If it's under, that's not good. If you're tired, you can't focus, you don't have enough energy, you just want to dive on the couch, don't let this affect your whole life. And it could be a testosterone problem. You might need TRT. You can get that at Low T Center. And it's a really good time to do it because you can find out your T level with a free test. You can get your results back really fast in 15 minutes. And time's running out on that deal, and I want you to take advantage of it because most major insurance is accepted if you start treatment, and the treatment cost then will be minimal for you. The most important thing I've always said is there's power in the numbers. Find out where you land. Find out if it's the key to your question of what you've been asking. Why do I feel this way? And then you'll have the freedom to choose. You can go to the center. You can get it shipped right to your house. And once you find out and it's affecting your life in a very positive way, you can tell your friends. They get started. You get a free $250 credit, you and your referral, when you become patients. And so it's time to book your appointment. FixMyLowT.com. That's FixMyLowT.com. Start getting control of your health, your life, and feeling your best. Low T Center, FixMyLowT.com. We'll come back in 2 minutes. Mike Petraglia, Jungle Roar Pod. Does Vegas think the Bengals will make the playoffs? We'll answer that and talk to him next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, flexible payment plans. Act now. Visit BlueJackets.com/tickets.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team? We can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes. Teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
No one funks up the work microwave like these two. Fish again? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Can I say something about your outfit, though? You got a lot of bananas on.
Would you rock that? Would you?
I would not put on that many bananas on here. You must be a banana guy, I'm assuming, right? Okay.
Ask him where you bought it from.
A supermarket. Grocery. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Did you know the people shop there?
Oh, didn't I say? Hey, man, if you like it, I love it, bro. Just go ahead, go away.
Be cool on a day like
Back to your question, though. I'm about to say, it was a lot going on when I looked at you, because I've been seeing it. I just didn't want to say nothing right away.
Looks good on you, though. Trags, bringing it strong. And a lot of potassium in that diet, my man. Mike Petraglia, Jungle Roar Pod. Trags, it's good to have you back, my man. I'm glad you're having fun at camp, and that was a funny exchange between the two of you.
It was. And, you know, bananas are really good when it's hot and humid at football practice. Good for potassium. So, yeah, it was great to see the personal side of Jamar And I'm glad he could give me a professional critique of my wardrobe. I do respect Jamar. I would say behind Joe Burrow, he has the second highest cred in terms of wardrobe fashion sense on the team.
We had a lot of, listen, if you're watching the quarterback doc and all that, you see Burrow and the fashion. The only thing that Maddie and I had the biggest problem with, and God bless him, he can pull it off with his confidence, was the old backless tux or whatever he was wearing that day in Paris, wherever that was.
Yeah, it was Paris. And no, I think there's only one guy on the team that could even attempt to pull that off, and he did.
I think this offense, there's a reason that everyone's so optimistic is because of the offense, because of bringing T back and Jamar and Burrow and everything they have. Where are you on the spectrum for Cincinnati this year? I just read that USA Today did their AI projections. They have them at 10-7. That should be good enough to get them in. How concerned are you about them trying to outscore their defense again for the second straight year?
Well, that's a $64 million question. I'm not overly concerned because they showed last year they could do it, and they nearly got in had they not spit the bit against the Steelers, the Ravens twice when they had a chance to beat the Ravens in both games. The Charger game they should have won, even though they were down early in that game. They came back and had a couple of chances to win that game. There were just so many opportunities. You win one of the Patriots game on opening day. You win any one of those games, you're in. And I think this year they're counting on the fact that they're not going to lose all of those games in that fashion this year. They got to tackle better. Zach Taylor, I asked Zach Taylor about that this morning, and he's like, it's not a matter of us being more physical in padded practices, which began today. It's a matter of getting in the right position and playing our leverages correctly, knowing when you have help and when you don't on defense. And that's what it's going to come down to. And I think defensive coordinator Al Golden has them playing with a lot more energy, or at least they showed it today, outside and when they went indoors, when we had some thunderstorms here in Cincinnati. They went indoors, and the defense had a very, very good day.
Want to go back to offense with you real quick and ask you about Jermaine Burton and where he is with his growth as a pro. As we know up top, Jamar, they're going to handle the bulk of the pass catching. But when you look at Jermaine Burton and just being around the team the last few days, like what's the vibe around Jermaine Burton? You getting positive energy coming from him right now?
Yes, and Zach Taylor also spoke about him today and said he just needs to keep putting good practices together. Right now, he's done everything we've asked of him, and we like the direction he's headed. That's a good message from Zach Taylor, and I think it's a fair message from the head coach. He is going to be the fourth receiver behind Andre Yosivas if he makes the team. If he can, I think he'll make the team, but if he can make the 46-man game day roster, if he can make that roster, it will be because he is a weapon in the special teams / return game. That's where they need him to make an impact, and I think they think he can do that.
All right, Trags, let me get you to another big question. They certainly didn't bring enough pressure last year, and pressure rate, but the storylines around Trey. And so what do you believe? Do you believe that he's asking for way too much, like trying to maybe get real close to that top couple of guys? Or do you think the Bengals are shorting him for what he's given them the last couple of years?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. And Trey said his big issue was that he held up his end of the bargain from 2023 when he signed that one-year extension for 2025 this year. He said back in May that the team assured him if you produce, we will absolutely hold up our end of the bargain and we'll take care of you in the extension for years 26 and 27. Well, the Bengals were more hesitant to do that in terms of guaranteed money because of his age. And what, if you believe the reports right now, the team has guaranteed his first year. They're very close on the average annual value and the total value of the contract, but the team is not guaranteeing years 2 and 3, and he wants guarantees into year 3 to have it somewhat comparable to what T.J. Watt got. T.J. Watt got $108 million, I believe, guaranteed, and I think Trey Hendrickson's looking for $75 to $80 million guaranteed, and guaranteed money in that third year.
I saw today, Trags, that you got a chance to catch up with Chase Brown in the locker room, and that dude really exploded last year onto the scene and was highly productive. But the running back room as a whole, if Chase Brown were to unfortunately miss time due to an injury or whatever it may be, how are you feeling about the depth in that room and maybe the guys that would have to step up if Chase Brown does miss time?
I'm fascinated to see how Taj Brooks, the rookie out of Texas Tech, comes along. I think he could be the X factor in that offensive backfield. You already have Samaje Perine back, and I think they're depending on him to be productive as well. But I think Chase Brown, then Taj Brooks, and then Samaje Perine. I think that's the threesome in that offensive backfield. Look, they are expecting Chase Brown, if he is healthy, to be one of the best three-down backs in football. They are expecting him to be a focal point. Those are the two words that have come up very often so far in training camp, both from Dan Pitcher, the offensive coordinator, and head coach Zach Taylor. Chase Brown is not going to be a throwaway running back. He is going to be a big part of the offense today in red zone. He had a nice run up the middle from about 10 yards out for a touchdown. He also had a burst sprint route, a running play off to the outside, the right side, for a gain of about 20 yards. So he's looked good in camp, and I think he's ready to break out. Again, needs to stay on the field. If he does, he will be a primary weapon for the Bengals.
Trags, quick one to end on. Where are you with the confidence on the interior of that offensive line? I mean, we talked about this offense and how the numbers were so amazing, and Burrow continued to be unbelievable with his numbers, but where are you on the offensive line and that confidence there?
Wait and see, I guess. Mm-hmm. I mean, Lucas Patrick has already injured his lower right leg in training camp. So Cody Ford, who filled in admirably at a number of positions last year, is the de facto right guard to replace Alex Kappa, who left for the Raiders. Left guard, it's Dylan Fairchild or bust, I think, at this point. They are expecting Dylan Fairchild to step in and handle the responsibility and the protection schemes, even as a rookie, handle them very well. He's a strong kid, and they don't think he's going to get pushed around at all. They already think he's better than Cordell Volson at that left guard spot. So right now, if Dylan Fairchild stays healthy, it's his job to lose.
Well done, my man. Keep up the good work and the great outfits, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to go to my local grocery store and bolster my wardrobe, no doubt.
That's you, man. Just hang out at the grocery store. Good things can happen. Thanks, bud.
All right, bud. Take care.
That's Trags Jungle Roar Pod on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Time to give away a $50 gift card to Skyline Chili. Skyline is introducing new chicken chili to their menu. The same legendary Skyline taste now with a new protein option. 614-821-9710 is TLC's hotline number. Earlier, we did Party Like a Rock Star, as we always do every Monday to end the first hour. In AR's list of candidates, he had a rookie baseball player in Party Like a Rock Star this week. Who was it? You'll get it right. You'll get a $50 gift card to Skyline Chili. 614-821-9710 is TLC's hotline number.
All right, we come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, Sorry for that. The Fan.
Ready to ride the waves or hit the road for less? Refinance your boat or motorcycle loan with CME and let them try to beat your rate by 1.5% APR. Enjoy no payments for 90 days and rates as low as 6.25% APR. It's never been easier to lower your rate and free up cash. Make the smart move. Refinance with CME today. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 6.25% APR. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org for additional details. Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
At United Dairy Farmers, Peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Irish Adventure awaits at the Dublin Irish Festival August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food, and fun. Enjoy unique Irish experiences as you explore one of the top festivals in the U.S., drawing over 90,000 guests to Dublin, Ohio each year. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Aaron, I'm freaking out a little that you're giving away $500 in free repairs whenever someone buys a new water heater.
When people are faced with an unexpected expense, an unexpected gift helps restore balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. How many things can our plumbers do for $500 or less?
Tons of things.
Like what?
We can repair a toilet that's not working. We can replace a hose bib, install a utility sink or a vanity, run a water line to an appliance, replace a garbage disposal.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Replace a shutoff valve, fix an exposed water leak.
What's an exposed water leak?
It's one you can see. It's not inside a wall and it's not underground.
And we're going to do these sorts of things for free just because a person buys a water heater?
Yeah, for free.
Because we're restoring balance to the universe?
Balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Who? Go to geteco.com.
We're rebranding our AM station, and the first order of business is bringing back the and show. It's been gone for 15 years. All the fun starts Tuesday, September 2nd on the yet-to-be-named 1460 The Fans HD2.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Get 50% off all window styles, plus no interest until 2030. Visit windownation.com now.
All right, big man, who knew that Nick Kurtz, Mr. 4-home run rookie, was the answer?
My buddy Treg in Columbus.
Way to go, Treg.
Attaboy.
Skyline gift card, right, Matty?
$50.
Ooh.
little fitty lemon lime.
Go a long way.
Coming at you, Trey. Thanks for listening, man. Enjoy that gift card to Skyline Chili.
Get you a 3-way.
There you go. It's always good for the soul.
We're going to play a game. It's an easy game. It's one question.
You're going to throw that football through the glass, see who catches it.
And I'm going to pass it right to you.
Okay.
Well, it has to do with passing the football.
Okay.
Will DJ Uyunga... Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
I flew...
Take your time.
Hold on. I got to...
It's all good.
I got to compose myself. I went way too fast.
The tempo was off.
Yeah. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Will DJ Uyunglele...
Here we go, baby.
...ever throw a pass in a National Football League game?
Okay, so... Obviously, you are taking the preseason off the board. You're saying a game that
that
counts.
does not count.
Okay.
No, a game we'll watch.
Game that counts.
I am going to go yes.
Wow.
He's young enough.
By God, he's talented.
I didn't want to go down that road because I don't know how talented he is.
Smart enough.
But I just think, what is he, 22, 23? At some point in time, he will let go of a pass in the National Football League in a game that matters. One.
I mean, it's so weird because he was so touted early on.
He really was.
I think there's some positivity that he's the only rookie quarterback or the only undrafted free agent rookie that they brought in, right?
Okay.
The other guys.
Okay.
So I think the opportunity could be there. Lance, he's the wild card, right?
He's cooked.
He just hasn't impressed anybody. I think that opens
Trey
the
Lance
door.
used to be highly touted, too.
He was.
That's true.
We don't know the kid. I don't know how he's going to embrace being on the bottom of the ladder and working his way up. If he does, he could show us something. So all we need is mop-up roll.
Just one.
All we need is...
That's what I'm saying. One pass? It's going to be like a Week 18 throwaway
runner
game.
pass.
Oh.
Just don't hand off. He can't just get in the game. He said throw a pass.
I'm saying. Got garbage time.
So we got Herbert, Heineke,
He may not even make
Lance.
the team.
He might not even make the team. The odds are going to say no, and I'll ride on that. The odds say no.
Oh, man. I don't think I would last 10 seconds.
What's the most disappointed you have ever felt watching television or a movie on the heels of Happy Gilmore 2?
Boy, that's a big...
Well, it's easy for me. It's on a T. It's right there. It's the last season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was
last season or last
Last season.
Just the whole deal?
Yeah, last season was a letdown, AR. It really was.
Okay. So I remember when we all talked about this, and I said the one word that I never associated with Game of Thrones, I never thought I would ever, was the word corny. And the end got corny.
Mm-hmm.
And they got lazy.
They did.
And it got a little corny. And so you're probably right. I was a big fan, not a big fan of it, but I understood the ending of The Sopranos.
Okay.
I understood it way after the fact that the most unpredictable thing in The Sopranos, and they always talk about getting whacked and this and that, and what he did, in my estimation, and things I've read and heard and all that, and my own opinion on it is that when you were going to get whacked in the mob, it was always unexpected. You would never know what it was like. And Bobby and Tony talked about it at the end of the series. And him figuratively whacking the audience was the most unsuspecting thing you could ever imagine. And so I understood years later how brilliant it really is and was. But at the time, it probably was the most disappointing. Because we all like the show, our favorite shows that we've invested so much time and emotion and thought into, to wrap up in a way that we can at least make peace that it's over. I'm okay with cliffhangers, but there never really was going to be one there. And the way that ended, years later, I can look back on it and say, it actually was kind of brilliant. But at the time, it was the most disappointing.
For me, I think it would be the ending of A Few Good Men. I thought that it was just really beneath. I thought it was really anticlimactic. Like Tom Cruise just yells at him and then he caves. Like I thought that was beneath the character of Nicholson. Like he was a tough guy, a heavy dude, like a guy you don't want to mess with. And then he kind of just folded in front of everybody.
Well, here's the deal. You're right. He played him into an area where you wouldn't think he would go. because the way Nicholson controlled the early testimony, he had him on the run. Like, what do you want to discuss next? My favorite color? Like, But you know what? I want you to rethink this for a second. When Cruz set up the duping of the airmen, Nicholson may have thought, he's going to get me because I did doctor the travel logs. These guys are going to testify that a flight did land before I said, so he's got me. So if I go down, I'm going to go down all the way, and I'm going to tell this that he can't handle the truth of what happens in the military. And so I understand where you're going with it.
Because didn't they go into that scene where they're like, well, what are we going to do? And Tom Cruise is like, I got one more hope. And I'm just going to back him down.
Well, he was nervous to even play it, and you could tell that he wasn't really sure he was going to do it. And then I think when he saw that when he brought those airmen in to testify about nothing, that Nicholson thought that he had him. And so I think it changed the dynamic at the very end in the fourth quarter of that cross-examination.
You get hit by a car. Essentially.
What is it? Can we get to him tomorrow?
Which of these QBs will have the best season in their new uniform? This is the fan poll, by the way. Is it Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, or Geno?
Best, most successful, like individually?
Individually. Because it ain't going to be Geno Smith with the Raiders. At least not team success.
I'm going to go with Aaron.
I'm actually going to go with Geno.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Geno. He's the more secure of the three quarterbacks for me right now at this point in his career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Geno.
That's a fantastic question.
Before we go, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you have to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3. We'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. Bet365 is the exclusive sports betting sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Both Common Man and Timmy are in the house today, so do not move for the next 3 hours.
All right, we're back at it tomorrow at high noon. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks, toast, grilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, lewd and scratch. Find the lettuce, make a match. Lettuce, gravy, game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio, lottery. It's $30, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and dropping just 25 pounds with Awaken 180 can actually give you 10 extra degrees of golf swing rotation. That's about a half a club longer, 6 to 10 extra yards on every swing. But from experience, lose 75 pounds like I did, and now we're talking next level distance, consistency, and even mood, especially on the back nine. And actually, every pound you drop takes 4 pounds of pressure off your knees. So I lost 300 pounds of pressure off of mine. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Reds fans' Grammy Award-winning band Train is coming to Great American Ballpark on August 13th as part of the Ohio Lottery post-game concert series. Cheer on your Reds as they close out the series against the Phillies and stick around after the game for a live set from Train. Plus, you can upgrade your access to a pit field pass for an up-close view of Train. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/concerts.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gahanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. These windows were great. Oh boy, for about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my windows way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus.